happy family all the time, or when you line up against them, do you want to, you know, knock the girls out?
Oh, I want to beat anybody I line up against, and but it is one big family and one big team. We got to work together, and that's how we win championships. But trust me, no matter who's in that other lane, I'm hoping the Auto Club Ford wins.
Now, one last question. Number 5 in points per lap. For a racer like you who's won a championship, who's always been out there on the hunt trying to be the best all the time, 2013, you finished in the number 5 spot. That's nothing to sneeze at. But for a guy like you, is that satisfying, or is it not enough, or what's the real emotion on that?
Definitely not enough. You know, when you can see your teammates on course just come down at the end of the year, win a championship, you know, you want more. So it was probably my worst season, but it was most of the bad part was up until we switched. You know, things kind of turned around then. So no, you're never happy. You want to win a championship, and I really feel that we have everything here that we need. You know, we're starting with a 5-year deal with the Auto Club. And, so this team's going to be together for the next 5 years, and
cool.
we're gonna hurt some feelings.
Yeah. Well, and what do you think of now?
Oh, he is so cool and calm. He's driven the car. He understands both sides, and just a lot of fun to work with. You know, he has a calming effect on you. He's pretty laid back, and a lot of fun.
Well, I got to spend some time with Neff one time at Fontana at the drag strip there, driving regular cars, and it was hilarious because he, at the time, had never driven a stick-shift car down a drag strip. Okay. And I thought that was just absolutely hilarious, and he's going, well, what do I do? I'm like, same deal, dude. Let go of the pedal. It's fine. You know, it'll all be good. Yeah. So it's pretty cool. But he's Mr. Laid Back, total Southern California guy.
Yep.
So it's pretty cool to see the two of you together. I mean, he's as much the next generation of John Force as anybody else, don't you think?
Oh, without a doubt. You know, we've still got guys, you know, with a lot of wisdom like Shawn Langdon and you know, and Jimmy Prock, been out here a long time. But we've got up and coming guys. Ron Douglas is younger. Antonelli just put on Todd Smith this year, so John Force is looking that this deal's going to last for a long time.
Yeah, you're going to carry the torch for him?
Do my best, yes. Big shoes to fill.
Yes, very big. Well, good luck this weekend in testing and going into Pomona. I know you're going to have your fingers crossed because there's going to be a lot of fans out there rooting for you.
Oh, we can't wait. Southern California is the best, and what not a better place to start the season.
Nope, absolutely.
Right. Thank you.
Thanks.
See ya.
The 2014 PRO Winter Warm-Up, and here we are with Tommy Johnson Jr., the newly minted captain of the funny car behind us. It's going to be a good feeling to be back where you belong, the meat and the seat over here.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun. I mean, it's they put the body down that first run. It was like riding a bicycle. He felt at home, and it felt really good, and just really thankful for the opportunity. Cherry Chandler and Don Schumacher and everybody there, just thankful to be back in the seat again.
So, we need an honest answer here. How bad does it like suck the life out of you to be doing everything else? Because you've been involved doing all different kinds of stuff here, but actually getting back in the car, how bad does it suck being outside of the car watching everything else go down?
It's not fun. I'm not gonna lie, it's not fun at all. But I'm not gonna lie, it's tough right now. It's not fun, you know. But you have to do what you have to do, and it's tough with the economy and the sponsorships. You just keep fighting and do what you got to do to survive. I mean, you still got to eat. You still got to pay for your house, so you got to work, you know. And, so I did a lot of things I didn't like to do, and it really sucked watching everybody else have fun and go out there and race. But if I didn't keep trying, I would never be back here. So you had to keep doing it.
Well, I think your efforts outside of the car, now that you're back in there, kind of shows the fact that, I mean, for everybody that's in these pits, this is so deeply ingrained in like your DNA. There's no getting away from it.
I have people ask me, "What would you do if you wasn't racing?" I go, "It's not an option." You know, it's just what I do. It's what I've always done my entire life, and I love it. I love drag racing so much. I mean, sometimes I wonder if I should, but I do, and it's what I want to do, and whatever it took to get back.
So just talk about some goals for 2014. What's the plan? I mean, what do you want to accomplish out there?
Winter Nationals is a few weeks, right? We'll win that.
You want to start with a bang, right?
But yeah, I mean, this is such a great team, and they've won races last year. And just to change the driver, there's no reason they shouldn't win this year. I mean, this team, the Cowboys, we should win races. We should be in the winner's circle. We want to make the countdown. You know, this team can win the championship, so why not win the championship?
Sure. It's very cool to see a guy of your caliber we're getting into a car of this caliber, because as you said, the rides aren't exactly falling out of trees these days, and guys have kind of maybe got into stuff that wasn't to the level of maybe their talent. This is not the case. You're a perfect match for this team. Like you said, this is a turnkey winning deal, and you guys should, by all means, be able to hit the ground running.
So what you're saying is don't screw it up?
That's, I'm being very subtle about it. But
that's
man,
exactly what he just said. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I mean, you're right. I mean, this you have the opportunity right here. It is take it, run with it, and you know we struggle a little bit in testing, but this team can win races, and we'll figure it out, and they'll run good, and we'll have success.
Well, we're going to claim TJ's car this weekend as the BangShift car, because you'll see it tomorrow. It's in primer and stuff. It's waiting for paint. And Chad and I agreed, if we had a BangShift Nitro Funny car, our car would be the final product. You guys are going to have a beautiful looking thing. If we had ours, it would look like a 72 Demon with all primer and stuff on the side. So
we're going under the radar this weekend. You know, we're trying to throw them off a little bit, but it's not pretty. As long as it runs good, I don't care. I told the guy, I don't care what it looks like.
Yeah.
As long as it runs good, I don't care what it looks like. But the other one's at paint, and it's going to be a beautiful car. The Make-A-Wish on the car. It's going to be beautiful. I can't wait for that. But this weekend, yeah, we'll have good that. It's okay.
It's all right. Own it. Embrace it. Well, TJ, we're super excited to have you back on the tour. Super excited to hear the crowd cheering for you at Pomona, and best of luck, dude.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Let it eat.
We won't admit this to the rest of Don Schumacher Racing, but you know you're our favorite. So, even though you send me pictures of you drinking beer while I'm working, which pisses me off, but it's weird though, because we've already been all the John Force pits before coming to visit you. So is that why you're mad at us and you were flipping us off in the car?
That wasn't me. I was just saying you guys are my #1 favorite website to go to.
There you go. You heard it right here. He's lying, but I'm okay with it. So are you excited? 2014, baby. More nitro.
Yeah, and you know it's cool you guys are coming back and doing this, because that first year that you guys came down, I mean, it blew everybody away that they could log on and really see what we're doing down here.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, guys are already low 4.0s in funny cars, 370s already in dragster, and that's just the first couple days here. So by the time we run Friday and Saturday night, you could see record-setting times, NHRA record-setting times.
Oh, yeah.
Because conditions are good, and it's a great racetrack. So, I'm excited to be back. Got all the same guys back there in Appleton. Tolber's, you know, he's pumped up. He was real upset at the banquet last year. The more the night went on, I could see steam coming out of his ears. And I felt the same way. I didn't want to be there. It's mandatory. You got to go to pick up your check, give it to Don. But, you know, when you don't finish first, you don't want to sit and listen to somebody else's speech. And I don't blame anybody else feeling that way. It motivates you. So we were already motivated on Monday night after Pomona about what we were going to do this year. So I couldn't wait to get here.
Yeah. Well, and we were talking earlier about the fact that, you know, the off season is getting shorter and shorter in actual time, but it seems longer and longer the more that we get addicted to all of this. I don't understand. Why can't we just run all year long, right? Why don't we have an event January 1? Hell, we know it was like 80 degrees on New Year's Day in Southern California.
Yeah.
Let's go racing.
It was. But we do need a break. Let me say.
Whatever.
Even though we're motivated that Monday night, when Pomona's over, everybody needs a little break from each other. I mean, it's that 6-race countdown it's drama filled, but it takes a lot out of everybody, and mostly really the crew guys. But
right.
it just drains you emotionally, physically. It's all you wake up in the morning thinking about, and that championship and winning for your sponsors, everything piled into 6 races. So you got to have your act together for that amount of time. I don't care how good your season was. It's not like the Kansas City Chiefs this year. You would have wrote them into the Super Bowl earlier in the year when they choked, you know?
Yeah.
You can't do that, and that's what ends up happening. So we did need a break. I got to go to Australia and drive the LA Hooker Nostalgia Funny Car over there for Grand Prix. So that was cool. Right after the off-season, I had about a week off, and then I was at Sydney Dragway, strapped into the Nostalgia Funny Car and doing burnouts and racing with these great guys over there in Nostalgia Funny Cars. Got to run a couple 580-second runs. So for me, my off-season was a little shortened, but it was cool to be able to go do a half-track burnout and drive a Nostalgia car like that.
Well, and, you know, you're coming into 2014, obviously, you never need to turn it on. You're always absolutely focused on winning every race, but is there anything different that you guys are doing for this year? Is there anything different you're doing?
Yeah, I've been lucky enough to be surrounded by pretty badass crew chiefs. The kind of guys that I grew up loving. You had McCullough, Cerrone Leon, Ron Tobler, Tim Richards, Dale Armstrong. These guys that wear it on their sleeve, but they are the real guys back in the day that really watched the sport come along and went through that transition of back in the day having to read the bearings and spark plugs and just tuning by how they build and what they look in the parts. And nowadays it's so electronic, but it's so cool to have a crew chief like that I love feeding off what they do, and all they want to do is win. I mean, when I say I wake up, you sleep, you eat, you breathe, you bleed it. Yeah, that's all I'm ever thinking about. We're sitting at home watching the movie on the couch, and my wife looks over, and I'm in a daze. I promise, if you interview, it'd be like the newlywed game. If you ask her that question, my answer is, she goes, "What are you thinking about right now?" My answer is always the car. Yeah. Something about the car, and so. It's great to have guys that all have that goal. There's a lot of guys out here, but there's a lot of guys out here that are posers, and they do it because they want to be on TV or they do it for other reasons. I have always just wanted to race, drag race particularly, but put me in something with a wheel, and then it's great to have all the same kind of mentality in your team.
Well, you just did a warm-up too, and we noticed something that a lot of the teams are changing, is that you guys aren't grabbing the brake and whacking the throttle anymore and seating the clutch. Why is that change?
We never really did.
Okay.
And it's cool to do. I hated doing it. When I think Gil Armstrong for a while was my crew chief, and he was the one guy that made me do it. And I stressed out more about the warm-up and hitting the throttle the right way in the warm-up than I did the run. I was more nervous about that because you had to do it just right, and you needed right RPM. And on the warm-up, all you want to do is seat the clutch.
Right.
For everybody at home, you just want to seat it. So as long as you do the same thing every time and then readjust the pack of clutches before you go run, as long as it's the same thing every time, it is what it is. It is fun to hit the throttle, but it's
the thing jumps in the air and
everything about it's no good.
Oh yeah, because these guys, you end up with a crew guy sitting on the wheelie bar on the back to hold the chassis on the ground. I mean, that's just that's scary.
Cool. It's cool, but you got to remember that you strap in one of these things with all that safety stuff on, right? Yeah, here are these guys in a pit area hitting the throttle, no fires too long. What if it backfires or it does something? You just don't know. Yeah. I don't know. I dig it. I love hearing it as long as somebody else is doing it.
Well, how has testing been so far?
It's been good. The track, they had a lot of rain here last weekend, and Tuesday, the first day, a lot of rubber, had water get up. And it kind of, it made it really sketchy. Nobody got down the track. Yeah. The next day, Wednesday, the second day, the track got better, more run. They were dragging it, prepping it real good. And they always, whatever you want here, they've been, as you know, you guys. Yeah. Same with our crew chiefs and drivers. They'll do whatever they love us coming here.
Oh, yeah.
So it's gotten better and better. We just made our first full run, but it went to 800, right around 800 feet and ran 406.
Wow.
Shut it off. It only ran 293, so it was on a good.
Okay, gang, we are getting ready to go racing again here in about 15 minutes. I don't know why I'm talking to the people that apparently are having some issue. There are a few of you out there that are having a problem, and apparently it's a Ustream issue, but they are working on it fast and furious. For the rest of you, I apologize for you having to look at me, but we've been working on it with them, and again, it's on their end, not ours, so we really do apologize for that. Obviously, yesterday, everything was rocking and rolling all day long for every single person. For those of you watching at home, like Todd and the gang from Tulsa Raceway Park, glad to see you. We are going to be covering at least 2 events from Tulsa Raceway Park this year, both the Throwdown in T-Town in the spring and in the fall. And then there is a high likelihood that we will be out there for some other events as well, so stay tuned as we have lots of cool stuff going on. I'll tell you what, folks, it's been an interesting week here. A lot of testing going on. The grandstands are, 2/3 full already. big line of cars coming in right now. They are actually opening the road course for more parking right now, and the place is going crazy. So we've seen a lot of great racing, a lot of really fast passes, and a lot of tire shake and tire smoke as well. It's one of those deals where everybody's been, running hard and trying to do their best, but pushing the limits a little bit in a lot of scenarios, and that's bit them in the back side for sure. But all good indeed, because this is the first opportunity for you guys to see Nitro drag racing in 2014 with most of your favorite stars from the NHRA Mellow Yellow Drag Racing Series. So it's pretty cool. My partner in crime, Brian Loans, is down here taking photos. We'll have a lot of different stuff coming to you, and more photos. Directly below me, below the player window on BangShift.com is a link to all of our photos, and below that the chat window as well. So we really appreciate all of you guys tuning in, appreciate all of you guys hanging out in the chat window and all of that as well. We have some big news coming for 2014. A lot of things coming to BangShift.com, so you're going to want to pay attention over the next few weeks, because there is going to be some coolness going on. Here in a few weeks, we'll be back in Florida at the Florida Outlaws race, where we are going to be live streaming as well. And I'll tell you, that one's going to be cool. No prep, no nothing, to get on the list for the 10 fastest street outlaws in the state of Florida. And we're excited to be there. Joe and the gang inviting us down, taking care of us. Really a cool deal. Going to be great. The other thing is, when we are there, we are going to announce our definitive schedule for the year. When I say definitive, all of the events that we absolutely have booked for sure for the year. But keep in mind, we'll be adding more and more as we go through the year as well. So very good. Nitro 59 asking if I ever made it into Vegas for Mexican food, and the answer is no. I am always working too hard to make it out to eat. So we were really lucky yesterday. We left here at 6:30 and were able to go and eat dinner, which was a rarity, at an actual sit-down nice restaurant, which was cool. So like that, and it was good, no question whatsoever. For those of you that are asking, we will have a full replay of this event starting up tonight. When we go dark, we will have a replay from today, and then also next week we will have it up on our YouTube channel, and it will be available for viewing on BangShift.com. So it'll be good for sure. You guys are going to be happy campers to get to watch all the replay there. If you're having a problem now, don't worry. On that replay, you'll be all set and good to go. So everything should be cool. But man, I'll tell you what, we've had a bunch of 370 dragster runs. We've had a bunch of or several 4.0 funny car runs. It's amazing right now here in Palm Beach. The track is really good. It's tricky for some of the teams, no question. Some of them having issues and going up into tire smoke and shaking the tires, but they're really pushing it hard, and that's why it's preseason testing here. I want to take this opportunity to remind all of you to like us on Facebook and follow us there on Facebook and Twitter. We are starting to do some really fun stuff on Twitter, and if you are not following us on Twitter, you've been missing out over the last few days. We're going to have some really fun stuff coming up throughout the year, so make sure you follow us on Facebook and Twitter. Also want to thank our sponsors, of course, Aeromotive Fuel Systems, Chris Alston's Chassis Works, Autometer Gauges, Comp Cams, Holly, and Lucas Oil. Without them, we would not be able to do this. So really big thanks to them. Please send them a message on Facebook and tell them thank you. It means a lot to them. As RTC said earlier, he sends the email to all our sponsors after every event, and most of the time they send him an email back, and that's really cool. So we definitely appreciate it. And thanks to all you guys in the chat window that are putting up the link to our Facebook page. Thank you very much. We do, like I said, have some really big news that is coming as we move through the year, but we have already made a big announcement the other day about a racing series that we are now the official media partner of, which is the Chump Car Series, where you build $500, crap box race cars, so to speak. I say that, but some of them are pretty trick, and go race them on road courses in endurance races and such. And so we've built a partnership with the gang over there. BangShift is going to have exclusive news from all 82 events for 2014. Yes, over 80 events. It's unbelievable. There's one in your neck of the woods, so you could go check it out for sure. So make sure that you get that done, no question, because you're going to have a good time with it. I'm telling you what. We're going to go out and actually end up running at a Chump Car race. We're excited about it. It's going to be a cool deal. Absolutely, no question. So we really do appreciate you guys supporting us. I'm going to play some commercials, and we'll be back up with drag racing here in just a few minutes.
There's only one company that the world's top racers trust to power their winning efforts, and that company is Comp Chems. The overwhelming choice of racers, hot rodders, and street enthusiasts, Comp Chems produces the world's most technologically advanced valve train product and sets the industry standard for customer service. Comp Chems, engineered to finish first.
In every automatic transmission, there is one letter that matters most. And with Lucas Automatic Transmission Fluid Conditioner, you can ensure that the D will do its job to the letter every time. Lucas Automatic Transmission Fluid Conditioner contains a special blend of additives, which improves the quality of any transmission fluid and extends the life of your transmission. All to keep you moving in the right direction. Isn't going forward the whole idea? Available at fine automotive retailers nationwide.
For 25 years, Chris Alston's Chassis Works has been the home of higher technology. From CDS supercharger drives to the finest chassis components in the industry, Chris Alston's Chassis Works has what it takes to get you to the top end.
New Ultra Series carbs from Holley. Ultra light aluminum construction. Ultra strong billet components. Ultra high performance with ultra cool looks. Rule the street. Rule the show. Rule the track. With Ultra Series carbs from Holley.
But in the end, it was her father, John Force, who wore the crown. All right, attention in the pits, attention in the pits. A couple of announcements. One, East Bear, East Bear. Your wallet has been found. It is at the check-in gate by the fuel pumps here at EVIR. There's a check-in gate over by the midway area behind the staging lane. Darren Edwards Wilson, please report. Your wallet has been found. Now, all you folks out there, got a little piece of information to tell you. That is, just kind of a supply and demand situation. The traffic to get into Palm Beach International Raceway is stacked on the Beeline Highway. What we are going to do, out of courtesy, to make sure everybody gets in and sees these cars, they're going to make 2 sessions here today. We're going to just slow our roll a little bit and make our kickoff time 3:15. Just got word. People have said, you know what, we're down here, we're going to make these 300-mile-per-hour runs. We want everybody to get in, enjoy, be happy. So to accommodate the traffic flow that is stacked up on the Beeline Highway, we're going to just slow it down. The official start time has been pushed back just a few minutes to 3:15. Of course, those of you who have been here for a couple hours, we really appreciate you understanding. We want to get everybody in here because what you are about to see is going to blow your mind. Speaking of having your mind blown, who just walks in? Come here, champ. John Force comes on up to the tower. John, what do you think about that crowd out there? We got traffic on the Beeline Highway. We're going to pause a few minutes to let them get in. You're going to help me entertain these guys in a few minutes on the track, and right here, we got a great crowd.
Well, it really is. That's why I came up here to take a look. Nothing the racers, the drivers, the crew chiefs, the teams that build these cars for you to see, they love to see a crowd. And this is really awesome. The stand, I know there's a ton of them still in the pits, but we're going to fill this place, and that's really exciting.
Now, you're out there driving 300 miles per hour. I just did a show of hands. There's a lot of people here today who have never seen in person what you guys do. Try to explain it.
You know, you're talking about 2 race cars, whether it's top fuel or funny car. They make 10,000 horsepower per lane that they're running in. And NASCAR can't even compare to that. And I love NASCAR, don't get me wrong. IndyCar, I love all kinds of racing. But it's a lot of bottled up horsepower, a lot of energy, nitromethane, tires smoking, header fire belching out the pipes. It turns me on still, and I'm 150 years old. But I love it. It's the greatest show on earth. You know, part of the reason, and I do appreciate that you're moving the clock. The fans, and we want to give you a show, so by moving it up a little bit earlier, we knew we could have some warmth in the day to give you side-by-side racing in all the categories, and now the good Lord just made it warm and better, so to push it out a little bit, I know the pro guys, the drivers, they don't care, they just want to be able to give you a show, and we want to learn about our race cars.
We've got people out there working their way in. I know John Force Racing wants to make a bunch of new fans out here for the sport and follow you guys through the season. You're about to embark on a journey from Pomona across the country back to Pomona, chasing trophies, chasing money, and ultimately chasing a championship. You, Courtney, Britney, Castrol, Ford, how are you going to keep these people connected, not just at this event, but follow you guys all season long?
Well, they do that through ESPN, through the media, through the internet. You know, through social media, they can follow us when we go to breakfast, you know. It's pretty cool. My old cell phone still got a dial on it. I'm so old school, but my kids are trying to teach me. Robert Hyde, we all want to give a show, but it's not just us. The Vandergrift families here, the Pedregons, Tasca, you go through the Schumacher teams, Capco, those guys, Torrance, these kids love racing. You know, DeJorian's here. I saw her dad on TV on Shark Tank the other night. I'm watching every night the Barrett Jackson because they're selling the Snake and Mongoose. You know the movie that's coming out. But those race cars and trucks are being sold at Barrett Jackson tonight. They'll go on. So anyway, it's really exciting, and I'm really proud and honored to be back in West Palm Beach. The pro organization come here working with International West Palm Beach Racing here. The racetrack, we just want to give you a show. We love it, and we want to beat our opponents, and we want to give you a show and everybody go home safe. So God bless you for buying a ticket, and we'll give you a show tonight. God bless y'all.
John Force, everybody.
Here we are in the pits, Palm Beach International Raceway, the 2014 PRO Winter Warmup. And I'm joined by Britney Force, the driver of the Castrol Edge Top Fuel dragster behind me. how's it feel to be back in the saddle, first question?
Oh, I'm so glad to be back. You know, having a few months off, and you know, I got bored at home. I'm ready to be back out on the racetrack. You know, this is what I love, and I'm so glad to be back here in West Palm, and you know, really get the season started.
Cool. Now, you've been here since you guys have been making hits since yesterday, so kind of fresh out on the racetrack. It's been tricky for everybody, so how's things been going for you guys? Still have to figure it out kind of mode or what?
I mean, we're still trying to figure it out. We've only made 3 runs, haven't made it down the track yet. But, you know, each run we learn a little bit more, and we're supposed to, you know, hopefully today we'll get it down there.
Cool. Talk a little bit about what the off-season is like. In the off-season, you know, it shrinks every year, it seems like, for you guys, but what happens between the end of the season and preseason testing?
You know, it's just, you know, it's nice. We have a break off, and you know, all our teams, everyone, you know, they get to be with their family for the holidays. And my family likes to go to Lake Tahoe. So that's a lot of fun. But you know, after a while, it's like I said earlier, I'm ready to get back out here. I get bored, you know, being at home. But you know, this is where we start. We come to West Palm before our year starts, and you know, this is where our whole season begins.
One thing I have to blame you and your sisters for is making me watch the Queen Latifah show. So you guys really, it looked like a lot of fun. How was that whole experience?
It was pretty cool. You know, Queen Latifah's awesome. She's going to try to come out to Pomona the first race of the year. So we'll be happy to have her, you know, come check it out. She's a big race car fan. So it was pretty cool. She was one of the coolest people we've ever worked with. And, you know, we got to race crazy cars on.
I was going to say, the handling of those looks suspect. It looks suspect a little bit, yeah.
Mine died. I didn't make it around the, you know, the little track we set up. But it was a pretty cool experience. And we would love to do anything like that again. You know.
Very cool. You know, you and Courtney are kind of on the vanguard of the younger drivers and social media and the whole thing. Let's talk a little bit about, you know, drag racing has always been known as a sport where the fans can interact with the drivers, but now it's 12 months out of the year, not just at the racetrack. So talk a little bit about, you know, Twitter and all that kind of social media.
Yeah, I actually just picked up the whole Twitter and Instagram thing. I didn't ever do what I was supposed to. It wasn't me. Like, I didn't like doing that, and I finally got into it, you know, once I got race car. And, you know, it's really great because the fans can really reach you on, you know, a more personal level, and I can actually respond right back to them. And I think they love it, and I have fun with it. My dad keeps saying that when he gets a new iPhone, he's gonna give it a shot.
The world is not ready for that.
No, I don't know.
There's only 140 characters on Twitter, and he will not be able to handle that.
It would be 10 of those to get one response out. So, not for all of us, but I'm enjoying it.
Well, Brittany, thanks for taking a few minutes with us. Best of luck this season in the Castro Lake Stopfield Dragster, and we look forward to checking you out this weekend. It's going to be live all weekend here at Palm Beach. Brittany, Courtney, John, the whole sports clan, and everybody else that's here, a huge load of nitro cars. Thank you very much for your time. Best of luck.
EFI made easy with Holly Avenger fuel injection. No laptop, no tuning, no fear. Bolt it on, answer a few simple questions, and Holly Avenger tunes while you do the driving. See EFI made easy at hollyefi.com.
There's only one company that the world's top racers trust to power their winning efforts, and that company is Comp Chems. The overwhelming choice of racers, hot rodders, and street enthusiasts, Comp Chems produces the world's most technologically advanced valve train product and sets the industry standard for customer service. Comp Chems, engineered to finish first.
Everyone likes a Sunday morning drive, especially when you can try something different. With Lucas Power Steering Stop Leak, your car's power steering will perform like new. It stops leaks, noises, and hard spots. Just one bottle of Lucas Stop Leak makes every drive a little more, blessed. Lucas Power Steering Stop Leak.
You're a little late, Doreen.
Tacky. Got a little sidetracked.
It's granny approved for cars and trucks.
For 25 years, Chris Alston's Chassis Works has been the home of higher technology. From CDS supercharger drives to the finest chassis components in the industry, Chris Alston's Chassis Works has what it takes to get you to the top end. All right, guys, there are cars in the staging lanes back there, and they're getting set up for the opening ceremonies, the national anthem, and all that stuff. So we will be seeing side-by-side racing action here in just a few minutes. Joe Costello made a announcement that they were delaying the start of this deal by a few minutes because they literally had cars lined up down the highway in front of this place. And so they wanted to give everybody a chance to get in, so they opened some other gates. They're parking them on the road course right here by us. And they are now getting ready to roll with the pre-race ceremony. So here we go.
First and foremost, after this session, folks, each of the drivers is going to be at their haulers signing autographs for you. So make sure to get down and enjoy the full drag racing experience. Meet the drivers, take photographs, post on Facebook and Twitter, because you're about to see something absolutely thrilling. It's going to be incredible. We were told earlier this week that this event, for many of the crew members, the team members, the people working on the dirtiest, hottest, toughest parts, this is like a boot camp, like a first week for them to get in the groove after the long winter. They are out there working their tails off. How about a big round of applause for the guys and girls that work on these nitro cars as they get ready to put on a show for you. And now, we'll ask you to please rise for our pre-race invocation. And joining me on the starting lines from Racers for Christ, the chaplain, John Dunham, will lead us in today's invocation. John?
Please stand and pray with me. Father God, as you are the light of the world, we come before you to experience you in this abundant sunshine, light that you have given us. And thank you for that and the warmth that it gives us. Lord, we pray for a safe match here, for the people that, teams, the drivers, the staff here at Palm Beach International Raceway, and all the support people. Pray an umbrella of your safety over this, Lord. Glorify yourself. We ask it in Jesus' name.
Thank you, John. John Dunham from Racers for Christ, as we pull our first pair of fuelers into the water. We would ask you that you stay standing and remove your headgear for the singing of the greatest song in the world, the flag of the United States atop of the tower here at Palm Beach International Raceway. Focus your attention on the colors as our teams get into position and get ready to first fire here on Saturday of the Pro Winter Warm-Up. I will now turn the microphone over to Drive for COPD Ambassador Joe Morrison for the singing of our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free
The Emily Oil Instigator 387.7 at 293. That car was moving in the lights, and that is your first taste of nitro here at the Pro Winter Warm-Up. How about that? You folks are in for a treat, because we are just getting started. Spencer Massey, 379 at 321. The Schumacher Electric Machine with an excellent pass. 8:45 for the 60-foot, and we are off and running. Our next pair, number 1 and 2 in the world. At every race, the drivers earn points. Points are earned by setting records and dominating your peers. If you look down on the starting line, you see the champions from each of the last 2 years. In 2012, Antron Brown beat them all. Defended the title last year, but came up 1 position short to the Alanabi machine you see on the right-hand side, Shawn Langdon. You see the crew chiefs, Brian Karate, Brian Husey, acknowledge one another, and they are started and running. On the planet Earth, these 2 machines are the quickest and fastest and best on all accounts. After a season of points, you're looking at number 1 and 2. Antron Brown, win light on the Gordon and Donner side of the racetrack. Langdon coasts through 986.2 at 73. Tried to rotate the earth with that Alanabi machine. Antron Brown covered the first 60 feet in 8:47. That's .847. Think about that. 0.8 of a second. .847. To cover 60 feet. There's nothing on earth that accelerates like these machines. This is it. You think about a pole lap at Atlanta or Texas, these guys are going 100 miles per hour faster. You think about the Indianapolis Motor Speedway and the flying 2.5 miles. These guys are going like 100 miles an hour faster from start to 1,000 foot. It defies logic. It defies physics. And the guys and girls of Nitro Drag Racing, they'll be doing it every week. First race of the year coming up. Of course, the IHRA Nitro Jam right here at PBIR. Next pair, Britney Force and Khaled Abelushi. You heard John come upstairs, his daughter Britney, just did a big national television hit with her sisters on the Queen Latifah show, bringing new fans into drag racing. Khaled Al-Belushi, international drag racing superstar. Khaled has clicked off wins in this machine and debuting the new look Al-Nabi Top Fuel Dragster. It's very cool. I don't know if you can see from your perspective in the grandstand these Britney Force, following in the footsteps of her racing family, John and Ashley and Courtney. But the first in a top fuel dragster, the Castrol Edge machine, left side, Gordon Goddard scoreboard, Khaled Al-Belushi, the LKQ figure part lane, race day full split, they'll roll the 7 inches forward and get after it. Khaled Al-Belushi, 3809. Looked like he popped it right before the lights. 302 miles per hour. Perhaps head gaskets, we'll have to see. But Khaled was on a pass. 3809 at just 302 miles per hour. I say just 302 miles per hour. Britney Force, 8907, 54 miles per hour. A little tire smoke right off the starting line. We'll have to do a little checking out of the track after that pass. But how about the Al-Nabi guys going after it here in the mid-afternoon session at Palm Beach International Raceway? Yesterday, they blistered the track, and they were looking to improve upon that.
I bet it's the vibration. I bet it's like not touching that well, so it's maybe the spark is sort of welded its way there now. I don't know. Right. I don't know. If they have a tune up, then I'll go to commercial. And then if they do it, they could do it.
We are awaiting word from the top end. We'll let you know as soon as we know the status of the racetrack. We'll get right back into it. We see our next pair on the starting line.
There's only one company that the world's top racers trust to power their winning efforts, and that company is Comp Chems. The overwhelming choice of racers, hot rodders, and street enthusiasts, Comp Chems produces the world's most technologically advanced valve train products and sets the industry standard for customer service. Comp Chems, engineered to finish first.
In every automatic transmission, there is one letter that matters most. And with Lucas Automatic Transmission Fluid Conditioner, you can ensure that the D will do its job to the letter every time. Lucas Automatic Transmission Fluid Conditioner contains a special blend of additives, which improves the quality of any transmission fluid and extends the life of your transmission. All to keep you moving in the right direction. Isn't going forward the whole idea? Available at fine automotive retailers nationwide.
For 25 years, Chris Alston's Chassis Works has been the home of higher technology. From CDS supercharger drives to the finest chassis components in the industry, Chris Alston's Chassis Works has what it takes to get you to the top end.
New Ultra Series carbs from Holley. Ultra-light aluminum construction. Ultra-strong billet components. Ultra-high performance with ultra-cool looks. Rule the street. Rule the show. Rule the track with Ultra Series carbs from Holley.
He goes 4 rounds on Sunday to celebrate with his guys. It's become quite the thing. He's an athlete. Helped put together the Nitro versus NASCAR softball game last year with Kurt Busch. It's really developing this team into a weekly contender. And we are started and running. Track is clear, and we are going to go back at it. I see a lot of fans just coming in. This is only our 3rd pair of Nitro. Another session later today, not to mention autographs. Here we go. A straight and true pass, and the Geico guys coming on back. Aaron Brooks and the team, an in-house chassis, they are going from start to finish, clicking off runs. And remember, folks, this is a test session. In theory, this is a test session. But for you and the South Florida crowd, the Professional Racers Organization got together with Palm Beach International Raceway and said, why are we doing this? We can't make some fans and get some people interested. So they're running them side by side. This is the 4th annual event. And as I say every year, next time, bring friends. Next pair, check it out. The man they call the Sarge, Tony Schumacher, the winningest top fuel racer in history. The United States Army machine, Don Schumacher Racing, crew chief Mike Green, standing to the left of the machine, the first to debut the new canopy. Happened right here at PBIR a few years ago, and after a approval process, was adopted by other teams, and always interested to see who will be next with the canopy, but not all teams have chosen to adopt it. A lot of safety innovations on the cars. Tony was telling me on WFOradio.com that his car for this year is going to be even more heavily padded in the cockpit area, almost as much as a Formula One style cockpit. Keep himself safe as possible in one of these 300-mile-per-hour machines. Right side, Steve Torrance, the Capco Contractors machine, Kilgore, Texas. Steve coming up through the alcohol ranks, great young kid, Not that young anymore. I shouldn't say that. He's been a veteran out here in the sport for a couple of years. Won a ton of races. He and his father, Billy, putting together a family-owned team. Our final pair of top fuelers, then we'll bring out the funny cars after a special presentation. The United States Army and Capco Contractors. The best in the business, the 7-time champ, Tony Schumacher, has won the Big Go 9 times. Here we go. Shoots 376.5, 327 miles per hour. What a pass for the Sarge, Tony Schumacher. 357 for Steve Torrance. And how about it for the top fuelers? Make a little noise.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, you're watching BangShift.com's exclusive live streaming video coverage of the PRO Winter Warm-Up here at Palm Beach International Raceway, our 4th consecutive year. We've been here every year since it started, and we are thrilled to be back here in 2014. I want to take this opportunity to thank all of you for tuning in, and all of our sponsors, including Chris Alston's Chassis Works, Aeromotive, Holly, Autometer, Comp Cams, and the entire gang here at BangShift.com. Again, what a great year of drag racing. We couldn't do it without the great support of companies like Aeromotive and Autometer and Comp Cams and Holly. Of course, Chris Alston's Chassis Works and Lucas Oil as well. All of those guys have been on board helping us out so that we can bring you live streaming video. We have a bunch more coming up today, and a bunch more coming up for 2014. It's time for funny cars, ladies and gentlemen. They are dragging the track, doing a little bit of cleanup on it. When I say cleanup, just a drag, which will be done in just a moment. And then it's time for funny cars, where last night, Ron Capps owned the show. Ran a 400 with a 3. Remember, the national record is a 389. Or sorry, yes, 398. I'm sorry, for the national record for NHRA. Now, obviously, none of the runs here count for records, but it is awesome to see him running those kind of numbers. Will 2014 be the first year for Ron Capps to win a championship? We're going to find out. I know he wants it bad. He is hungry. We are getting into funny cars, and then they're going to do a bunch of work on the cars get them ready for round number 2. While we're down and waiting for that to happen, we have great interviews from all of the drivers that we're going to be showing you. So stay tuned for more. The next round is supposed to start right around 5 o'clock, 5:30, and it's going to be good. No question. First pair that's coming up, I cannot see who is going to be in the right lane on the left side of your screen, but I can tell you that it looks like it is
that Owen will continue to need.
Bob Tasca the third, maybe in the left lane, or else Chad had one or the other. But man, I'll tell you what, the funny cars are flying. We're excited to see them. I know you guys are as well, and we are going to be back with funny cars, and it's about to get real, folks. If they aren't hooked up, they're going to be sliding around. It's going to be a good time to watch.
Thank you so much for coming out.
Thank you, Joe. It's a great day here in South Florida for racing, and you fans got a real treat having all these stars here in South Florida. But I'd obviously like to be on the track with them, but I belong to a club that I didn't sign up for, and that's being in this wheelchair. And we're trying to make the best of it through the Daryl Gwyn Foundation, and that's why we've changed this little boy Owen's life here recently. We gave him this chair recently. It's about a $40,000 chair. And he came to my office recently, and he wanted to race me outside of the building, so we did a little race, and he beat me. I got to go on our website to see this little race. It's the cutest thing you've ever seen. But it's what we do. It's because of our donors. It's because of the fans and the friends of the Daryl Gwyn Foundation. People like Joe Amato behind me, and the Schumachers and the Gray family, and the supporters out here that have helped the Daryl Gwyn Foundation. So we just want to say thank you very much for all your support, and we love all you South Florida fans. Thank you.
Daryl Gwyn from the Daryl Gwyn Foundation, and how about that? What a thing. Owen Johnson of Palm Bay. Owen, great job taking out Daryl. I don't even know if Joe Amato did that 100% of the time. Daryl, thank you very much. Make some noise for the DarylGwynFoundation.org, and hit that website, get on board, and folks, if you can't donate $40,000 for a wheelchair, you can purchase a little piece and a part, a wheel, a joystick, a seat, a support. Every dollar counts. Check them out at the DarylGwynFoundation.org. That's DarylGwynFoundation.org. We've got funny cars in the water. Let's get it on. Last night, blistered the strip with a 4.003. Spoke with Ron afterwards. He had a Kool-Aid smile. He was ready to rock. Going up against Chad Head. These two have been friends for years. Chad, left side, Toyota Camry. Head Incorporated, Jim Head Racing. See Jim out there on the starting line. Jim has had great success over his career, winning the Big Go. Now, turning over the driving duties for the second year to his son, Chad. Will run nearly a complete season, but right now got his hands full with Ron Capps. per hour. Car made a little move in the lights towards the wall. Chad gathered it in and puts up a number 4-102. Chad Head in the Head Racing Toyota Camry. Beautiful car, beautiful paint job, and a nice pass here mid-afternoon at PBIR. Ron Capps runs 10:47.6, 82 miles per hour. Just drove right into tire smoke. Got real aggressive with it. Tried to rotate the earth. Gotta love those funny cars. Funny cars, funny cars, funny cars. Walking around the Toys R Us the other day, they had a really cool little funny car style toy. Starts up, body goes up, body comes down. Isn't that how we all got into it? John Force was up here talking about those Hot Wheels cars. We all got into it by playing with toys as a little kid. Well, you can still do it. Going to bring up our next pair. Coletta Motorsports and Alexis DeJoria. The Tequila Patron Toyota Camry, Venice, California. Alexis on the Gordon and Donner side of the racetrack. Here's drive into tire smoke. First it was Robert, then it was Alexis. You hear that sound echo back. The sound of nitro. See Mike Neff walking back, thinking about it. My conversations with crew chiefs are always very intense. They've got a lot on their mind, thinking about every decision that they have made and what will be the result. Staring at the cars, seeing things that maybe the average person doesn't see. Waiting for them to clear the top end. I want to say a big, very special welcome to the folks from Camp Pallet in Brainerd, Minnesota. One of the big events up there known for the Brainerd Zoo. Folks at Camp Pallet, one of the huge campgrounds out there. Got great music, great people, lots of fun. If you're ever in the zoo, you'll know what I'm talking about. Camp Pallet, welcome to Palm Beach International Raceway. Next pair started and running. Tommy Johnson Jr. and Courtney Force. TJ on the right side with that primered body. They are awaiting a new wrap. Here comes TJ. Left side, Gordon down the scoreboard. moment he knew he was the champ, she had to deal with the sting of being beaten. From the outside perspective, that tells me that she has got the heart and the desire to one day be a champion. Will it be 2014? It all starts right here. Tommy Johnson Jr., right side of the racetrack, the Make-A-Wish Foundation. Last year, this car was driven by Johnny Gray. Johnny's out there on the starting line. He and his sister, Terry Chandler, funded the operation. You see crew chief Rob Wendland pulling Tommy into the beams. When Johnny retired, semi-retired, they needed a driver. After an exhaustive search, they said, the driver is right before our eyes. It is Tommy Johnson Jr. Here we go. Courtney versus Tommy. Johnson versus Force. Courtney's out the back end. 4.077, 315 miles per hour. Courtney Force gets from start to finish here at PBIR. And what a pass mid-afternoon. Courtney Force puts up a number. And that Traxxas Ford Mustang was flying. She was wheeling it from our vantage point behind the track. Left side of the groove to the right side of the groove, but got it through there. And Courtney Force, 4.077 at 3:15. Very nice pass here mid-afternoon. TJ with a 9:44.3, 79 miles per hour. Getting aggressive. Driving up into tire smoke. And just like that, our next pair is started and running. On the starting line, Jack Beckman and John Force. Beckman, the Valvoline Maxlight DSR Dodge Charger. Here comes fast Jack Beckman. Instructed Courtney, Ashley, and Britney as they began to drive. A lot of mutual respect between these two racers, Jack and John. Beckman coming into 2014 with a new team, new crew chief. Told me he has had 8 different crew chiefs over the past couple of years. Rob Flynn making the tuning decisions with that car, looking to build a new attitude and character. John Force coming in as the defending Nitro Funny Car champion. See Jimmy Prock out there on the starting line. Late season crew chief swap paid off for John. Here we go. Beckman versus Force. Tires Force 4.036, 314 miles per hour. Quick of the session so far. The 16-time champion puts on a show for West Palm Beach, Florida. 984, 69 miles per hour for fast Jack Beckman. Got after it, just started to haze the tires, and then Jack gives up the ghost. What a run. Shawn Force been hanging in the tower throughout the day. And I love the fact, I think about this stuff. He's thinking about you folks. He wants to come up. He wants to say what's up. He wants to make sure that each and every one of you leave here thinking about this experience. John coming up to the tower and goes out there and just throws it down here at Palm Beach International Raceway. And just like that, next pair started and running. Del Worsham and Bob Tasca. Coletta Motorsports DHL Toyota Camry. Redline Oil on board, the legend. Connie Coletta, the owner. Del Worsham. Going to the other side of the racetrack. And here comes smoke the tires, jumped off the throttle, runs 7:52.4 at 87 miles per hour. And they will be back for another hit. Bob Tasca, that's a strong run. 4:08.4, 3:14. How about those funny cars? And oh yeah, we got more. Remember, folks, in between sessions, the drivers are going to be at their trailers. They're going to be available. They're going to be waiting like, hey, where's everybody? Hey, I want to sign an autograph. They're going to be waiting for you. Not to mention the concession stand, the quarter-mile grill, the merchandise trailer. Come on down to the Midway. Speak with some of the sponsors. Go talk with the people from Gordon and Donner about the streetcardrags.com. Exotic cars drag racing here at PBIR for $5. That's pretty cool. But right now, we've got Nitro on the starting line. You got here early. You got to check out the Snap-on Tools Camry, the Cruiser, two-time Funny Car champ, Cruz Pedregon. Didn't quite have the title defense that he wanted. Then coming into the 2013 season, right here at PBIR, didn't know who his crew chief would be, didn't know what was going to happen. Got partnered with Dickie Venables And from there, everything just clicked. 5 race wins. And right down to the wire, battled John Force to the end. And John, his domination of the playoffs was the only thing that stopped Hagen from winning the title. Hagen carrying the number 2. Looking to make that a number 1. One of the up-and-coming superstars. Final pair of funny cars. Stage lights lit. Here we go. Matt Hagen, 4085, 317 miles per hour. Matt Hagen, wind light glowing on the left side of the racetrack. Got there ahead of the cruiser Pedregon, 445 at 204. Stuck with it just past the 8th mile. And then Hagen made his way through. How about a big round of applause? Make some noise for the crews and crew chiefs, team owners, team sponsors, and of course, the drivers, not to mention the PBIR staff who prepped the facility. Session 1 in the books. Absolutely spectacular. And they will be back. We've got another session a little later today. Now is your opportunity to get down, meet the drivers, get some autographs. Get a nice cold Budweiser, Coca-Cola from the Quarter Mile Grill. The Coca-Cola trailer. We've got our food midway, food court. Perhaps you want to...
EFI made easy with Holly Avenger fuel injection. No laptop, no tuning, no fear. Bolt it on. Answer a few simple questions. And Holly Avenger tunes while you do the driving. See EFI made easy at hollyefi.com.
There's only one company that the world's top racers trust to power their winning efforts, and that company is Comp Camps. The overwhelming choice of racers, hot rodders, and street enthusiasts, Comp Camps produces the world's most technologically advanced valve train product and sets the industry standard for customer service. Comp Camps, engineered to finish first.
Everyone likes a Sunday morning drive, especially when you can try something different. With Lucas Power Steering Stop Leak, your car's power steering will perform like new. It stops leaks, noises, and hard spots. Just one bottle of Lucas Stop Leak makes every drive a little more, blessed. Lucas Power Steering Stop Leak.
You're a little late, Doreen.
Got a little sidetracked.
It's granny approved for cars and trucks.
For 25 years, Chris Alston's Chassis Works has been the home of higher technology. From CDS supercharger drives to the finest chassis components in the industry, Chris Alston's Chassis Works has what it takes to get you to the top end. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm laughing at Northwest 660 Nitro Fanatic because saying, can you believe a 9-second run coasting? I'm with you.
Right. 129.
Sorry, I'm yelling at Brian. Sorry, guys, I know there were some blackouts there for a second, and honestly, our power... Okay, now you can hear me. Sorry, I was going to this mic, which is powered. What I was trying to explain to you guys is that Brian took the nut off the power supply last night, put it in his pocket, and is not wearing those same pants here today, so we have this thing jerry-rigged, and unfortunately we lost power there for a minute, but I gave you the replay so you didn't miss any of the racing action, so that was good. Now you can hear me. So we should be good. Now we have some traffic. Sorry, the tractor's so loud. Brian is getting the power hooked back up. We'll be good to go. We're running on battery power right now for our computer and all that junk, so we're good to go, but that's why the mic wouldn't work, because it requires regular power as well, so we are all set. And God, we have a ton of racing left this evening. We're going to play some videos for you here in a few minutes. If you guys have any questions about what's going on and about what it has been like here the last couple of days, then feel free to fire away in the chat window down below the player at BangShift.com. Also, take this opportunity. Right below the player is a link that says click here to see our photos from Thursday and Friday at the 2014 Pro Winter Warmup. Go check those out. We have some cool photos for you for sure. I'm actually going to play a slow motion video that I put together from Thursday that you guys are going to like. It's a pretty cool deal, so I'm going to play that right now, and I'll be right back at you. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm back, and now I have a working microphone. For those of you that were asking about Brian actually changing his pants, I thought that was odd as well. It must be the weekly deal. What? Oh, Brian's asking me now, so hold on. I'll stand back here so you can see me. So, I was explaining to everybody why the power was shutting off, because you took the nut off and put it in your pants and apparently changed your pants. And everybody was like, Brian changed his pants? I know, and so we're discussing how odd that is at this point. It was your week was up with your pants? The month, okay. Yes, so Brian says that it was the date where he has to change his monthly pants, and he actually changed his underwear too. So, you know, this is the kind of thing you're going to get on a BangShift.com live broadcast. Oh, yes, folks, we are going to have another round here in about an hour. Not quite an hour. And, God, I got to tell you, folks, we are having an adventure here this weekend, and if you do not follow us on Twitter or Facebook, then you are missing out. So make sure that you join us on Facebook and Twitter, because we put up all kinds of fun stuff. We will have something that involves a rental car and smoke later on. I don't know, it may be up tonight on Facebook, but probably tomorrow. Or it's going to be good, and so you're going to enjoy that. I'll put it to you this way: the crew here, Ben, the track manager, loves us, and we've kind of become famous for doing burnouts and stuff here at the track on the evening after the races, and his thought is, well, we are on a racetrack after all, and so it's kind of what it's supposed to be used for. So we are going to take full advantage of that, and the fact that we have way too much fuel left in the rental car, and we paid for the gas ahead of time. So we're going to need to make sure that we use as much of that as possible. We did have the idea of seeing how long it would run at $4,000, which is where the rev limiter is in neutral. I don't know. What do you guys think of that one? You know, Cindy Gibbs is asking any predictions on what the Snake and Mongoose cars and haulers are going to bring tonight on Barrett Jackson, and I'm encouraging all of you to watch that. I don't know. It could be nuts. Brian's talking, yes? Oh, he's making a prediction. Apparently he can hear me down there, which is funny because every time I try and talk to him, he acts like he can't hear me. But you're like my kids. Like, you know when you're talking, yeah, and he says I'm like his wife. This is awesome. No wonder I like her so much. I've never even met her in person, but she rules. Okay. I mean, she's dumb because she's with you, but whatever. Okay, so what is it that you predict? For all of them? Yeah. So both haulers and both cars, you say 1.75 million? And then when she goes 200, she's going to I got to tell you, I was going to say higher than that, but I don't know. Okay, then we'll just do that. You got 1.75 or less. I got 1.75, one or more. There you go. So there's our prediction.
The Cavallino Classic. If you're into the Ferraris and the high-end exotics, by all means.
Screw you. I already got my window seat. Brian says whoever loses has to ride bitch in the airplane tomorrow. If he was too stupid to select his seats ahead of time, that's his problem, not mine. Racer Hog saying we should race Ron Capps in the rental car. As a matter of fact, that suggestion has been made. So we shall see what we can come up with. Yes, Ron Capps yesterday ran a 4.003, which was pretty impressive, I gotta say. Pretty cool deal for him, no question. All right, let's see. Yes, Barrett Jackson is going to be live streamed. In fact, we are going to try and embed that here at BangShift.com and see what we can do. I'm going to play a commercial real quick, folks, and then we'll be right back. So whatever you guys want to know, now is your time. It's the Chad Reynolds Hour, ladies and gentlemen, right here at BangShift.com.
EFI made easy with Holly Avenger fuel injection. No laptop, no tuning, no fear. Bolt it on, answer a few simple questions, and Holly Avenger tunes while you do the driving. See EFI made easy at hollyefi.com.
There's only one company that the world's top racers trust to power their winning efforts, and that company is Comp Cams. The overwhelming choice of racers, hot rodders, and street enthusiasts, Comp Cams produces the world's most technologically advanced valve train product and sets the industry standard for customer service. Comp Cams, engineered to finish first.
Everyone likes a Sunday morning drive, especially when you can try something different. With Lucas Power Steering Stop Leak, your car's power steering will perform like new. It stops leaks, noises, and hard spots. Just one bottle of Lucas Stop Leak makes every drive a little more, blessed. Lucas Power Steering Stop Leak.
You're a little late, Doreen.
Tacky. Got a little sidetracked.
It's granny approved for cars and trucks.
For 25 years, Chris Alston's Chassis Works has been the home of higher technology. From CDS supercharger drives to the finest chassis components in the industry, Chris Alston's Chassis Works has what it takes to get you to the top end.
I'm telling Brian all the things you people are saying about him, like Cindy saying that that it would go oh so wrong and Brian doesn't have enough skill to race caps in reverse. I love it. Love it.
They'll get you up to speed. Be sure to follow all the teams on Facebook and Twitter. Go to the
for all of you that want to watch Barrett Jackson and can't watch it on TV, you can go watch the live stream. Somebody put up the link. There is no embed code, so we're not going to be able to do that, unfortunately. But yeah, we're good to go. We're having a good time out here at Palm Beach International Raceway. I want to thank our sponsors, Comp Cams, Chris Alston's Chassis Works, Lucas Oil, Holly, Aeromotive, and Autometer Gauges, who are with us again for 2014, and we appreciate their support. I want you guys to all click on their link, on their logos up above, or on the ads next to the player, or in addition to that, go over to Facebook and like them on Facebook and leave them a message on Facebook saying thank you for supporting BangShift.com's live broadcast. We appreciate it. Staying Lovers saying hockey on TV and BangShift Fuelies here equals a driveway not getting shoveled. That's awesome. Fuel Cars Only says Duck Dynasty's looking for another cast member. I'm in. Oh, Track Operator asking how much Brian Loans would sell for at Barrett Jackson. And if there was no reserve, we might be able to get rid of him, but I don't know. I mean, I think $1, $2, $3, anybody that knows him knows he can drink and eat. Before you'd know what happened, you'd be broke because he has no redeemable quality. Oh my God.
Life is different once you get a golf cart, I gotta tell you. A1 Cycles, West Palm Beach's only high-performance cycle shop offering dyno tuning, nitrous, exhaust. They're here to service your bike and they're HT certified and metrics all.
I'm reading the chat window, folks, so bear with me. Yeah, people saying they expect that the Snake and Mongoose haulers and race cars are going to go for $2 or $2.5 million. My guess was going to be $2 million or so, but Brian said 1.75, and I said, okay, it'll just be more than that. I guess we'll see.
You can also check them out online at BennettAuto.com. I'm sure we got a ton of Bennett Auto reps out here. Welcome to all.
Thanks,
folks
Twin
who keep
Peaks.
the cars
Absolutely
running,
order
working
some
behind
decals.
the counters.
We are going to have decals at virtually every race this year. I say every race, all the races we attend. We are going to make sure we have decals with us for anybody that wants them. So we'll get y'all taken care of on that one.
They'll support all your driveline needs, literally. They're light enough and compact enough to make storage easy, but they'll hold up to 3,400 pounds. Dubell will customize to your specifications.
Verminator says 2.3 million. I'll tell you what, folks, this weekend, some of these guys would have given $1.98 to help them get down the racetrack, but everybody seems to have gotten a pretty good handle on it. We did see some cars obviously smoking the tires. They're trying to push it real hard, but also some really fast laps in both lanes, which is impressive. So it's a very cool deal, no question. And we're glad to be here for the very first Nitro runs of 2014 as all of these teams prepare to get ready for Pomona and getting the cobwebs blown off, getting the combos set, making sure everybody's ready to go, getting the crew members all working together. Teams like Fast Jack Beckman, where only Terry and Jack are the only two team members left. You know, all these guys haven't necessarily worked together before, so they got to get their groove on. Sorry, Super Comp car. You know, these teammates or team members who haven't worked together before happen to get out there and, you know, sort of get their groove on, and so they got that dance, that ballet they do while, you know, prepping one of these cars and doing the turnaround. You know, they really have to work together. It's a choreography kind of a deal, and so as the teams work harder and harder out here in practice, it gets them rolling and ready for national event time, which again is coming up in just a few weeks. So it's going to be crazy down in Pomona for the Winter Nationals, the season opener of the 2014 Mellow Yellow Drag Racing Series. Yeah, Nitro Cat, they also have a test session in Vegas in a couple of weeks. We may be there. Not sure yet, but I may actually be there to do photos and such and get you guys some more information on that. We'll keep you posted. Ooh, somebody just bought a Corvette for $2.6 million on Barrett Jackson, apparently.
For more information.
Oh, dude, Alabamian saying that Caps and I should go for a stroll in the two-seat dragster. If they'd let me drive, dude, then I'm in, absolutely. I mean, I guess I'd let Caps drive, but that's no fun. I want to drive. But, oh, I think it'd be hilarious. YouTube video, he and I laughing our asses off like little girls. The bad thing is, see, we'd go down there and make a run, and instead of going back where the guy could kick us out, we'd just turn around, come back down the track, turn it around, and do it again.
Down there in our Midway area, you'll see the MCI School of Automotive. If you're looking for
I do live down the street from Pomona, Nitro John, about 20 minutes from the starting line at Pomona. And I believe I'm going, but I have to wait and see because there's another event that may be calling my name. So we'll see. If I am, then we'll get coverage for you, and you guys can check it out here with BangShift exclusive photos and that kind of stuff. I'm actually trying to see if I am going to be in town. I'm going to see if Caps will let me come just hang out with them for the weekend, or maybe Densham or one of those guys. I'll come work on the car. I've worked with Densham before on his car. I've worked on a few of the Nostalgia Funny cars as well. Uh-oh. Brian is coming up. I'm so sorry. You won't have to look at him. Don't do it. It won't happen. Nothing. I didn't say anything. I don't know what you're talking about. Shh. Shh. Don't tell him what I said.
Are you talking into the squirrel again?
I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't know nothing. See nothing.
No, we were talking about Pomona, and I said if I'm going to be in town, dude, you have rubber on your face. It's awesome.
How about that right lane, huh? That right lane's something else.
I'm telling you.
Everybody's dominating. No, wait a second. Like one guy went down that lane. That time. That happened.
Whatever. You even have, dude, you have rubber on the back of your neck.
Yeah.
Is that for Carrie? She likes that. She's into that.
Yeah, it adds a little to my musk, you know.
Oh,
I have a
is
musk.
that what we're calling it now?
It's a musk. Some people call it like a slime, or
A stink?
Or a growth, you know, but no, it's just rubber, that's all. It's good.
Oh, my God. No, track operator, I will be in Pomona if I'm in town, but there's a chance I won't be in town. Trust me.
Colossal fun hater.
Dude, trust me, I'm not going to be 20 minutes away and not go.
Yeah, he's not a colossal fun hater, he's just a communist.
You fell off the scaffolding the first time, but you're about to get thrown off in a second.
You're about to fly.
Oh, I'm so sorry for the couple of you that are still having issues. Mike English, Verona, yes, great run, no question.
Did you hear about English was announcing like a month ago they had a plane crash off the end of the track?
Wait, is that the one where we ran the video of the plane crash?
No. He was at Verona and some plane came down like off. I guess it's like a big valley ravine thing off the. Yeah, I guess the plane came in and like went down in the ravine type deal. Yeah, it was crazy. Yeah, he was posting all about it. He was like announcing like. I think he literally picked up his phone and jumped on Facebook like as the plane went over the tower, like, oh my God, oh no, it crashed. It was like the Hindenburg explosion, like all the humanity.
That's awesome. Oh, okay, folks. We want all of you that are in the chat window. I want you to tell us what is the one track you haven't been to, but is on the list, like the must-do track to attend before you die. Do you have one?
Yeah, probably a couple. I'd like to go to the drag strip in Alaska. That place.
Well, yeah, just because it's Alaska.
Yeah. I'd like to go to the one in Malta. The one we ran on the site from Malta.
I was thinking more United States, but okay.
Well, I don't know if we're picking places.
Yeah. You just want a vacation.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah, you give me the corporate card back, dude. Give me the corporate card back.
It's a working trip.
I'm calling the accountant, dude. Moriarty will not be happy with that.
Always the negative waves.
Does anybody know the negative waves Moriarty thing? Does anybody out there get that?
Yeah, who gets my movie reference? Always the negative waves Moriarty. Because Chad didn't get it, but then we watched it and he understands. If I was like going to a track to attend a race at in the country, you know what? Probably one of the little we ran video of the little 300-foot strips or whatever in Pennsylvania. Like I'd like to visit at one of those places that's literally just carved out of a log. I mean, it's there's some. I guess to me, I want to see every drag strip, but I'm way more interested in seeing the bizarre little hole-in-the-wall places that exist. Have been around since the beginning and still managed to stay open.
I'm with you. That was a total setup question because I don't have one. My list is like a ton. Because, I want to go to all the little tracks. And then I also want to go to some of the bigger tracks. Like somebody mentioned Brainerd. I've never been to Brainerd.
I've never been there either. No, I'd love to see that place.
Oh, dude, the zoo? I don't even know if the zoo's ready for us.
I think they are. They seem like trained professionals.
Yeah, it's unbelievable how they are down there in Brainerd, for sure. Pomona, Bakersfield, been there, done that, got the shirt, love them, of course. Not ripping on them. Bristol, I have been to once. I have never been to Denver.
It's cool. I was out there last year for that diesel truck race, man. That's a neat place. It's nice. It's multi-tiered. Oh, okay. As you pull in the place, you pull up a big hill, obviously, and
in Colorado,
the racetrack is kind of on one level, and then there's parking and pits that are kind of like on a whole nother step up the side of this mountain. And views are cool, and really nice place.
Yeah, my understanding is that the fence along the side of the pits that's toward the racetrack is like one of the places to be, because you can, Joe Costello giving us props. So they apparently, you can stand at the fence and see right onto the track like the greatest view ever.
It is really cool. It's it's like a sheer drop off basically. But yeah, we were doing a deal up at that track where they had these guys were towing trailers through like an autocross course, and one of the deals swung out by the fence, and one dude had his truck totally sideways with a trailer behind it, like 6 feet from the fence. We're like, oh, he's going off the side.
That would have been awesome. I mean, it would have sucked, but it would have been awesome.
It would have been an epic cell phone video.
Oh, yes. Lions Dragway, absolutely. Loving that. I haven't been to Wild Horse Pass, but only because it was called Firebird when I was there. I haven't been to Boise yet either, and I want to go to Boise. Everybody gives me a hard time about that because, you know, I mean, since I'm Mr. Nostalgia Drag Racing and I'm not, and I haven't gone to Boise, that's weird.
Yeah, the Nightfire Nationals race is like supposed to be awesome. It's supposed to be on par with all the West Coast stuff, so I'd like to get to Boise as well. I mean, there's hundreds of active drag strips in the country. It's pretty cool, and it would be, you know, the ultimate mission would just be to strike off in a motorhome and just go away for a couple of years and just hit them all.
Hello, BangShift accountant. Can I get a motorhome?
Yeah, we'd do that. Well, we'd buy the junky motorhome, and then we'd run out of gas money by, like, Pennsylvania. We'd end up living there.
Yeah, that would suck. One of the other places that I want to go is to Mission. You've been to Mission before, right? In Canada? No?
Nope.
See, I don't know if I even told you this, but I'm talking to Mission about Door Wars. Yes. Yes. So I'm talking to them about Door Wars, which would be fun.
The Canadian drag strips are cool. I've been to several of the Canadian tracks. I've been to Senair. I've been to Naperville. I've been to Great Bend, Ontario. I've been to Edmonton.
I want to go to Shakespeare Dragway.
Oh, in England. I'm with you.
England.
Yes.
Yes. I like those people. They came and introduced themselves to us, and they're awesome. And I want to go there. I want to go to the Pod. I want to go anywhere in Europe that has a drag strip because, well, that means we're vacationing.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. That's a working trip, though, man. You know, gotta go out there and get it done. You know.
Okay, you don't have to go then. That's fine. Yeah, it just got cheaper. Yay!
I was offsetting this cost to the accountant, saying it's a working trip.
Oh.
You're blowing the whole ruse.
Oh.
Just follow with me here.
Do you think he really watches us?
Yes. I say that because I think he's watching.
I'm sorry, he's watching. Oh. Well, once again, I want to thank our sponsors for being our 2014 live broadcast sponsors. Yet again, all of them back for another year. Lucas Oil and Holly, Comp Cams, Chris Alston's Chassis Works, the guys at Aeromotive and Autometer. We couldn't do it without them, and we really appreciate all of their support. So go like them on Facebook and hang out with them. I do want to go to the drag strip in Qatar. I want to go to Dubai. I want to go to Yasmina there.
Abu Dhabi?
Yeah, Abu Dhabi. Yeah, they're all of them. Yeah. There's like 3 or 4 of them. And I'd like to do that. No question.
Oh, Grand Bend.
Oh.
Yeah, sorry, Grand Bend, Ontario. I was thinking of Great Bend, Kansas. So, yeah, Grand Bend, Ontario, not Great Bend, Kansas.
It's all good. Dude, Rod Savery's Vet only sold for $180. The black car, is that the one?
I think it's the new one. Was it his newest? He bought his like original one back or whatever.
Really?
180 grand though, no matter which one it was. Ugh, that's a bath.
Yeah, you can't build one for that. Ooh, LB Racing sending us the link to the Verona plane crash.
This facility is such a big part of our local community. Think about it, that you can come out and you can race your own vehicle. The day that
Sabry's Vet is the 63, oh, not the black car then, with a twin-turbo Moran motor in it.
Isn't that, remember, I think it's the red one that he has had out for a year or two. Yeah, I don't know.
That's too bad. Somebody should buy it and bring it on Drag Week.
Yeah. Well, so whoever bought it will probably put it in a corner somewhere and it'll never see the light of day again.
Exactly.
You tech in. The safety facilities are out here. The track professionals are out here. And you can truly experience what your car is capable of doing.
Oh, the one with all the pink and purple paint. Oh, that's the original car from way back, isn't it?
I don't know. I'm not a huge Rod Sabry. I'm not that. I know he's had a bunch of, obviously, an awesome run of Corvettes, but I don't know too many of them other than wasn't the first one a 53 or something? Wasn't one of them like a real early one and all the rest
yeah,
of it?
that was later. That was the black one.
Okay, okay.
Wait until you see. Remember I told you that at the flea market I bought old magazines the other day?
Yeah.
Okay, and I bought you the one with the rocket.
Jack.
Yeah, with Captain Jack McClure on it. I also bought a Carcraft, that is the one with Rick Dobberton's J2000.
No way! Oh, most
yes.
excellent.
Yes.
Yes.
And then I also bought another one, and now I can't remember what was on it. But, I wanted the Carcraft one, and then I wanted the other one, and then I saw Jack McClure, and that was awesome because you're all into that guy.
I love that guy.
When I saw it, I'm like, and even Daphne went, isn't that the rocket guy Brian likes? Oh, yeah.
You bet it is. You do know I do. You know I do.
Brewers in North Carolina. I don't know where that is, but okay.
One thing, you know what? One thing that hasn't been touched on in the last couple of days is the fact that we're seeing a lot of nitro cars run, and how much I shouldn't say this out loud, but downtime wise, how much has the world changed in nitro racing where we can go not only just the last 2 days, we've been here since the middle of the week. How many guys have put anything down on this racetrack since we've been here?
You stupid bastard.
Well,
yes, no, I'm with you. I know. Yeah, I just hope you're not jinxing us now. But yes, no, you're right. Absolutely. These cars, you can complain however much you want about the penalties that NHRA has, implemented over the years. Clearly, I mean, they speak for themselves. Come on. Drag racing has never been cleaner, quote unquote, than it is now. And I mean, honestly, nitro is green anyway because it's alcohol is the other 10%, right? It's an alternative fuel.
Yeah, well, actually, they used nitromethane a very long time ago in the production or in Strawberry I don't know if they're Strawberry Farms or what you would say, but they actually used it as a I don't know if it was used as a defoliant or some sort of deal to protect against frost, but they actually used this stuff to treat fruit with at one point. They used it to process film. It's been used to treat fruit. It has obviously a few industrial applications, but thanks to Fran Hernandez back in the day and Vic Edelbrock figured out. Well, actually, if you want to talk way back, it was in the 1930s the Germans started to use nitromethane in their Grand Prix cars. So the Auto Union cars from Germany ran a percentage of nitromethane. That's kind of when things got going, and hot rodders started using it. And of course, I think guys would dump some in the dry lakes and stuff like that. And then it got way more popular as time went on. And then NHRA fuel ban 57 to 63, and then all of a sudden 63, everyone looked around and went, what the hell are we doing? Let's just get after it.
Right.
And here we are.
Well, I'll tell you, Stu Hilborn he was a fuel mixing making machine, dude. It was awesome. Oh, yeah, he used a bunch of that back in the day on the lake.
That's cool.
And on the drag races. So when nobody knew you was gas classes.
And that sounds weird. Oh, yeah, it's just a cam.
Yeah, it's all good. Okay, somebody asked us, who have we met that, where we've been starstruck? Who are the cool people we've gotten to meet in recent years? I mean, not when we were kids or whatever, but that made us starstruck. Well, Brian had one yesterday. Yesterday, the two-headed, Super Comp car that's running up and down the track earlier had who in it?
Oh, it was Art Marshall that was in it, and I don't know if I call myself starstruck with Art Marshall, but
dude, you ran to the tower.
Yeah, it was astonishment. I was powered by astonishment that Art Marshall not only was, I'm not saying this in a negative way. I didn't know the guy was still alive, and then also the fact that he's still in a race car, of all things, and the weird fun fact on Art Marshall, last guy to win an NHRA national event in a front engine dragster in top fuel, and he was a counterman at a New Jersey parts store. He was driving an ex-Don Perdome front engine dragster, and he beat Clayton Harris and Carl Olson and Jeb Allen in the final round at the 72 Molson Le Grand National up in Montreal, Canada, and that was the official end of the front engine dragster deal. But anyway, so it's the weirdest footnote in history, but all of a sudden, there he is, big as life, right in front of you, running down the racetrack. And I did a ninja roll off the top of the tower, and I sprinted to go tell Joe Costello, who looked at me. I said, "Hey, you know who Art Marshall is?" He's like, "Yeah, you raced a long time." I go, "No, give me the microphone." So I commandeered the microphone, and we had an Art Marshall, Uncle Brian stories about Art Marshall.
It was awesome.
It was cool.
Okay, but besides Art Marshall,
you answer the question first for a change.
I got to tell you. It's weird because over the last, 6, 7, 10 years, whatever it is, we've met a lot of really cool people. And, what? Track operator, you rule, dude. Oh, my God. Anyway, I've been lucky enough to meet all kinds of people. I have to say, Gary Densham, when I met him at the March meet for the first time, and he actually, I was starstruck the first time a little bit, but the biggest one was the next time that I saw him, when he just waved at me and said, "Hey, Chad, come in here," and we sat and talked about stuff that I can't talk about because it was that controversial. No, just stuff he's talked about other racers and things that happened back in the day and stuff is crazy. So Densham was one of them for sure. Love Densham. Gary is just the dude of dudes, and his wife and their entire family, just awesome people. But the truth is, take anyone out of the equation. The truth is, Brian and I left the track like Thursday. We left the track after shooting video and interviews with all of these guys. And guys that we walk right into their pits and say hello to them, and they treat us like royalty. But still, we're on our way back to the hotel, and both of us commented on the fact of how cool is it that we can just walk into somebody's pit and they know who we are. So I don't know if that's starstruck, but let me tell you, the day that quits being cool, we're done. Yeah, I will literally push the one button, because it only takes one to shut this whole shit show down. I'm telling you what, because at that point, we are the sucks that we hate that don't appreciate how cool everything is.
Yeah, I'm with you. Yeah. I think I've been more starstruck by places than people. I think, some of the stuff we've been able to do over the last few years, and it's, to me, that's, and I'm not discounting meeting all the cool people that we've met, because, my God. You know what? I take that all back to the second, and I'm remiss to remember this. This was at SEMA show just this past November, meeting Peter Brock, being able to stand there and go, oh, I'm standing here whizzing in my pants talking to this legendary guy. Would you mind talking into my cell phone so I can record some audio of your impression of the new Corvette? Because Peter Brock was one of the guys who helped design the Stingray and that came out in '63. So he's like, oh, yeah, sure. And so I just stood there and in full interior panic. My entire body, there was things happening that can't even really be described. And I just stood there with my jaw clenched shut as he did this thing. I mean, that was to me probably the most starstruck moment, because it's like, man, this is Peter Brock, for cripe's sakes, Yeah. I mean, this guy is everything. But I think the place we've gotten to go, doing stuff like that, I mean, really, honest to God, doing stuff like this. I mean, here we are, a couple idiots standing up here on the scaffolding, and we got people from all over the world watching us. So, yeah, it's a very genuine thing, like Chad said. The second that you look around and you get jaded to the point where we go, oh, here we are again, it's like, then just screw it, because we are here because this is what we want to do, and there are a lot less fulfilling but easier career paths to take. God knows I was on one for a while.
Yeah, we can make more money, I'll tell you that. Well, and I'll tell you folks, too, at home, one of the things that cracks me up is that we'll be at some event or anywhere, out to dinner or whatever after an event, with a group of people who are our friends. I mean, guys that are genuinely our friends, but are people that, dude, anybody that is a car guy would love to just hang out with. And you'll see people looking over and they realize who's in this group, and they usually are wondering who the two idiots are, you and I with them. But when that happens and I notice it, it makes me kind of giggle, because I know what that's like. I mean, I remember back in the day going on Power Tour the first time and staring across and, seeing Freiberger and Canan and them eating, dinner or lunch or whatever and going, oh, dude, there's Freiberger, blah, blah, blah. I mean, now I know that was completely overrated, but just kidding. We love those guys. But now they're just our buddies, and we know that they're just humans and they're idiots just like us, so it really is cool. But I'll tell you, you guys have to know that most of the people in the industry, whether they're racers or manufacturers or whatever, they are regular people, and if you walk up to them and say hello, they will be more than thrilled to talk to you. I know I wasn't the guy that would just do that either, but but you should, because it's okay. And I mean, we hear the stories from them about, oh, some random guy came and said he's been watching me for 20 years and had some story I had forgotten about. That's probably one of my favorite things is hearing racers talk about fans who brought up a story that they had forgotten about. And then it makes them all happy because they're like, oh, my God, that was the worst day. We blew everything up, but you loved it, you know.
Yeah, I think that's the cool thing. And, it's great. But by and large, like Chad said, the vast majority of anybody you run into, whether it's at the races or you see somebody at an airport or something, they'll, greet you with a handshake and a smile. I don't think there's a very small handful of people that I would not recommend doing that with. And actually, I think a couple of those guys are in jail right now, so you're probably good.
Probably. I think you're all right, unless you're in jail, and then you should.
Well, you're on your own at that point.
All right, folks, we're going to roll a little bit of interviews now. I know you saw some of these earlier, but or some of you have, but we are approximately 20 minutes away from scheduled run time. I don't know if it's going to be a little later than that or not, but I'll tell you, a lot of cars warming up in the pits. So take this opportunity to run a commercial, and then we will go into some interview videos and be back with you here shortly. Nitro time is coming up here in about 15 minutes.
There's only one company that the world's top racers trust to power their winning efforts, and that company is Comp Cams. The overwhelming choice of racers, hot rodders, and street enthusiasts, Comp Cams produces the world's most technologically advanced valve train products and sets the industry standard for customer service. Comp Cams, engineered to finish first.
In every automatic transmission, there is one letter that matters most. And with Lucas Automatic Transmission Fluid Conditioner, you can ensure that the D will do its job to the letter every time. Lucas Automatic Transmission Fluid Conditioner contains a special blend of additives, which improves the quality of any transmission fluid and extends the life of your transmission. All to keep you moving in the right direction. Isn't going forward the whole idea? Available at fine automotive retailers nationwide.
For 25 years, Chris Alston's Chassis Works has been the home of higher technology. From CDS supercharger drives to the finest chassis components in the industry, Chris Alston's Chassis Works has what it takes to get you to the top end.
New Ultra Series carbs from Holley. Ultra light aluminum construction. Ultra strong billet components. Ultra high performance with ultra cool looks. Rule the street. Rule the show. Rule the track. With Ultra Series carbs from Holley.
Wow, we should make it down the track this time, but you're going to see some 3-second runs out of 20 cars. It's already guys are throwing down. At dragsters, you're going to see guys right on the national record.
Oh, yeah.
So it's just now it becomes an ego thing. People started testing things when you got here. And then slowly, in the next couple of days, it's going to turn from testing almost to practicing for Pomona and getting all your ducks lined up in a row to go up there. And the snow Friday morning, first run in Pomona, it's on, man. It's going to be, you take everything everybody ran last year and you bump it up about another half a 10. It's going to be crazy.
What's it like, first race of the year, coming through the staging lanes at Pomona? You know, it's home for me and you as well. And you come through the big gate and you turn the corner. What's that like?
It brings memories every time. I just remember going, I remember being in the grandstands in Amato and Orange. We had that duel for the championship. And Orange, we had the cancer and the red lit. And just the Benson was there. And there's just so many big moments that have happened there. And I've got so many great memories there on top of winning there. Doing the double up with Larry Dixon, Don Ferdinand, and then winning again with Edward Paula. It's a great place. I mean, it's just, I joke about some of the tracks we go to, like I used to say at Indy, you can go around and pick up a pebble. And there's a chance that pebble was maybe laying under Jungle Jim's funny car, or he might have kicked it, or
Richard Tharp might have picked it up at one point and moved. I mean, just and that's the way with Pomona.
Oh, yeah.
There's spots on that track that you could go down there, and that perhaps could have been Ron Leon and Don Perdone won the Top Fuel Championship race there at Pomona in 1965 or something. So
if Tharp picked the pebble up, he was probably throwing it at Shirley Muldowney.
Yeah, that's true. Or Garland. Either one, yeah.
So it's a great racetrack to roll into.
And it's a weird one because, you know, I mean, I'm at the Pomona swap meet all the time. In fact, I'm missing the Pomona swap meet this weekend because we're here. But people at home probably don't realize it. They've never been there, and from the TV coverage, it's at the side of the fairgrounds next to a giant parking lot. I mean,
no, it is a parking lot.
It is.
We're in a parking lot.
I mean, and that's just weird. You know, and they have unfortunately chose the smallest end of the parking lot, so the shutdown is really kind of freaky there on occasion. But you know,
and that point you just made is one thing that bugged me in the off season more than anything else was the fact that NHRA, and I think they accidentally had a survey sent out about fans asking if they would come to more races because of the 1,000-foot or quarter mile.
Right.
And it was wrong to ask them that because it's not like, I mean, with fans watching, it's ridiculous to ask one of us, if you went around and ask any driver, we'd love to go 350 miles an hour in 3 seconds. I would want to be put in a fighter pilot speed suit if you go as quick as, 2 seconds if I could. The fans forget that we have to slow down. And so tracks like Pomona, I mean, we'd love to go quarter mile again.
Oh, yeah.
But we can't. We got to be able to stop. And people forget that there's several tracks that we could go to quarter mile right away and let it shut down.
Yeah, Las Vegas, no big deal. Uphill shutdown.
Sonoma, all kinds of good ones. Really, but a lot of them, and really not just a lot, but a lot of really historic tracks that we can't go to a quarter mile.
Right.
Which they can slow us down to run. And on that point, if you're going to do that, just come to a heritage race and watch me and Dale Worsham and Cruz, these guys run nostalgia funny cars. Right. Heritage Series funny cars. Because we're running 560s at 250 miles an hour.
Yeah.
Okay? It's great racing side by side, and they go quarter mile.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, I'm telling you, NHRA fans right now, if you want to see quarter mile racing, you're going to see these cars, you're going to see a watered down version of these cars. And
put on a show.
Dale Worsham said it best a few years ago. We went to 1,000-foot for a reason. Scott Collette. And he'd roll over in his grave if we didn't learn from why he got killed. But the fact of the matter is, you either want to see the most bitchin', 10,000 horsepower, all out, just mad scientist crew chiefs making these cars go 1,000 foot as quick as you can the way they are.
Right.
Or a watered down version of a quarter mile race. And if the fans really want that, hey, I don't care. I'll go quarter mile, but I race the Heritage Series cars all the time with quarter mile. So that's the only thing that really bugged me in the off season. And I was irritated that that survey went out because if the survey goes out, if I'm going to say quarter mile race, you can't do it at Pomona because we're going to end up on the 7th tee of the golf course. So
right.
There's no way to, and I'm not going to see one of my fellow racers killed because the fans want to see quarter mile racing.
Right.
So anyway.
Well, and there's a lot of talk that.
Can you even hear us? Is that mic on?
Yeah.
Okay.
There's a lot of talk that everybody is, looking into how to slow these things down so that we can go back to quarter mile racing. But do you think that's just ugly rumor mill stuff?
No, they're going to slow us down a little bit. We were going over 320 last year.
Right.
They're going to slow us down a little bit for 1,000-foot racing. I don't doubt it. Lee Baird is, and he's good like that. He'll find a way. But they need to slow us down a lot to go quarter mile racing.
Right.
There are some drivers that still drive it to a quarter mile for the 1,000-foot race. NHRA drivers. And if you watch the tapes, they're still driving them flames up.
Yeah.
About to a quarter mile. So what happens when we go back to quarter mile? You're going to have some drivers flames up to 1,400 feet.
Exactly.
And it's scary. It becomes scary. And you just, you wonder, you fear for your, these people we race against. We're family out here. So I don't want anybody hurt. I don't want to get hurt.
Right.
So if they're going to slow us down for quarter mile, it's going to have to be a lot. It's going to be, it just won't be the same cars. It'll be Heritage Series cars. Is what it's going to be.
With a new
we
body.
We run 560 to 570s and 250 in those cars, and we shipped one.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Cool.
Yeah. And it's the best side-by-side racing you can see, besides our cars.
Right.
1,000-foot racing you saw last year.
Oh.
Some of the best side-by-side racing. If you took the scoreboards away, most of the fans wouldn't even know we shut them off at 1,000 foot.
No, not at all. And
all right,
I'm
enough
not
of that.
a huge
Sorry,
fan.
I gotta get on my soapbox.
Okay, but I got one more thing because Brian was asking me this earlier, and I didn't have the answer. So the Schumacher cars are a little different than everybody else, and we don't know what it is that's different, but we know that when you guys pull into the beams and you put all the pump in it, you put it up on the high side, so you throw all the pump in it, these things sound different than everybody else's. You know, it's normal, the idle pulls down, obviously, because you're dumping, more fuel into them and all those things. These things seem angrier, like it's choppier sounding, and the things just seem more pissed off. Is that just because you're making more horsepower, or what?
I don't know. I think you're full of crap, but I don't...
Brian was the one that asked.
Brian, I think... Well, I better get suited up. We're getting ready to go. But no, we really aren't doing anything different. Nothing different than Force or Colettas or anything.
I don't know if I believe you.
I'm honestly, I'm doing nothing different. Same setup. We might be, you might hear a different RPM if the new blowers are running, just something slightly different, but really nothing. We kind of hit the ground running from last year. I better get suited up.
Okay, go. Hey, win races. That's all I'm telling you.
All right, we're joined here in the pits of the 2014 PRO Winter Warmup by Antron Brown. Looking good, my man. Got new duds and everything.
Yeah, they got me kind of like Captain America. It's all good. It's all good, But it's nice. It feels good to be down here in Florida, and the weather conditions are cooperating with us, and we're looking forward to a real fun weekend this weekend down here.
It was a logjam last year at the end of the season at Top Fuel. I mean, a 16-point differential between you and Langdon at the finish. Coming off your championship year, I mean, you guys are primed probably again to come in as a contender for the third season in a row.
Well, that's what we work hard on. Last year we got snaked in a couple times in the middle of the year. In the middle of the year we struggled for a bit, just getting the combination to work right. We switched some different clutch package stuff up, and then we had to get on track with it. And we started getting on track with it, and we thought we had it down. We came into the first race of the countdown really aggressive, and it bit us where we didn't end up making the show. And then we came back with a vengeance the next 5 races up to the countdown, and we really made a charge at them. And but this year here, we want to start off really strong, really consistent, and we want to take that through the whole year. And then when we get to the countdown, we really want to pour it on. And we got all of our guys back with 2 new additional guys to the team, and we feel real confident, man. We have a really, really good all-star cast, a group of guys. Ryan and Mark, they're ready for the battle, and Brad, our assistant crew chief. So we're feeling really good this year, man. We want to go in. We got our emotions are right. We're feeling good. The cars ran good when we came here tested in December. We're looking to try some more things this weekend and get after it.
You mentioned one word, confidence, and you're known as kind of a guy who exudes that confidence. And talk a little bit about, you go into that first race in the countdown, you don't make the show. How do you maintain that level to come back the next week and ready to hit it hard?
Well, the thing about it is it definitely took a little wind out of our sails a little bit, and we tested well before we got there. And we just came back and said, you know what? We can't let it get us down. There's still 5 races left. There's still a lot of racing left, and the points are still close. That we've got to go out there, keep our head down, and take it one round at a time and give it all we got. And it made us go back to work harder. Where the next race we came, we started just a little easier, a little slower, and we got where we needed to be that race. And then we came out in St. Louis, and that's when we dropped the bomb down on everybody. And we always do well at St. Louis. Car performed well, flawlessly. We went to Reading, got runner-up, and then we came out in Vegas, and we won Vegas. And we're looking really good in Pomona. And so our deal was that we knew what it took to do that. Our car, we got that same logo, we got the same package to run this year. So we're looking really forward this year. That's why we're smiling, because we want to get out there and we just want to contend. And we know we got all the goods to contend for that championship.
Cool. Well, you guys getting ready to roll the car out. One thing I'll mention, note the suit. We're going to get more video of you in Pomona at the end of the year, and it will not look like this.
Wait. I got one other one. He does look pretty. But, okay, so you're one of the most fit guys on the NHRA Tour. You're also one of the smaller guys. But I look at you like Sugar Ray Leonard, and I think you could take every one of these guys here in a fist fight. Do you think you could kick everybody's ass?
Well, that's yet to be seen. But you know what? I know I can get a couple licks off and I can run faster than all of them, so I'll be all right.
Antron, thanks, man. Good luck this year.
We're here with our man, Cruz Pedregon, at the 2014 Pro Winter Warmup in Palm Beach. And as a fellow Southern Californiaite, it's cold here, dude. What the hell's going on?
I know. You know, I was thinking that coming down here, because we were freezing to death in Indianapolis, and I'm thinking, man, it's going to be nice to come down here. It's been in the 80s the last couple of years. And I was looking at my phone and thinking, man, it's cold. And it's colder than it sounds. Like it's only 56 or something.
Yeah.
But it feels like it's 46 because of the wind.
I know.
So, hey, whatever.
What sucks is that right now in Chino, and I live in Rancho Cucamonga, so close. It's 8. It is. Yeah. It's 84 degrees right now. Yeah, I called home, and it's 84. But they have a big fire going on in Glendora, so at least for here, it's clear. It's all okay.
Beautiful place, Florida. As you know, it's great to test. In fact, some of the guys that are running, I'm listening to the runs, are not making full, so we're not. Didn't hurt our feelings that we're here a couple of days later than normal, but you know, we'll have tomorrow, Friday, Saturday to run, and we'll stay Sunday if we need to. So we're getting enough information that it's kind of nice that we get, when we're friends with some of the crew chiefs, we can figure out, hey, well, what's your car? Well, it's doing. They're all kind of doing the same thing. They're shaking because the tracks are good.
Yeah.
Actually, I walked out there earlier, and I just about lost my shoe. So I'm thinking this track is pretty good.
Well, and you've been doing this a long time, so what's it like when you show up for this first test session deal after being out of the car for a while?
Well, it's exciting for one. Not that it isn't at Pomona, but usually you get to Pomona in November and you're pretty tired, even though season is, we have some off time. But you were usually pretty, I don't want to say burned out, because we get to race cars for a living, right? What could be better? But I would say that after the holidays, we're ready to get back at it. And it's exciting. I mean, it's like you get to see some of the cars and breathe some night. In fact, when I pulled up here, scared the heck out of me. Somebody was making a run. I hadn't heard the sounds in a while. I might have been plug my ears a little bit. So it's it's get the senses back going again, wake everything up. So that's exciting. We had a pretty crazy off season with the weather, the freezing conditions, with people losing time off work because people couldn't travel last week. Our truck wreck coming down here. Do you hear about that?
No.
Yeah, our guys are driving this rig, our race rig. They're driving, leaving 465 on right in Indianapolis. And the guy was getting on the freeway, pickup truck, made a hard left. I guess lost it in the cold or the snow and cranked it to the left and took out our truck.
No,
we're not talking fender. We're talking axle, fins, frame bend, hood flop down. And so we had to go to our backup truck, which is our hospitality rig.
So the actual tractor itself was
limped, and they had to tow it away. And I mean, luckily it didn't hurt anybody or worse, but we had probably 2 cars on the stretcher on the deal, and then a truck and 2 cars. And luckily, like I said, no one was hurt, but considering all those things, we still made it here Wednesday night to park to set up the trailer and everything. So, anymore, I'm thinking we're going to have spare trucks.
Yeah.
Spare trucks.
Oh, like dude, don't add more money to this deal. Well, what's in store for Snap-on Racing Funny Cars this year?
Well,
you've had a few really cool years.
Yeah.
So what about 2014?
Well, 2013 was a season that was a good season. 4th in points, 4 wins. Actually exceeded my win total of my 2008 championship year. So, 4 wins, can't complain about that. The biggest thing is we didn't win that championship. So, it's like the NFL playoffs. It's one thing the regular season, and then you got to do it. You got to do it with 6 races to go. Winning car. See, that's what it's been doing all day. Short burst. I think we want to get back to winning races, of course, and then and have a good enough car to be strong at the end. I think looking back at last year, I think what we did is we knew we had to change some components, different clutch things, horsepower, bolt-on parts, to really get to that next level. And in doing so, we didn't quite know how to tune it at the critical times. We made some mistakes. We had a throttle come off, cable come off first round at St. Louis, which that was a killer. And then we had a cylinder drop in against John at Reading, and John was on that little run, so he took advantage of it, and we didn't, and there you go.
Well, you've been racing for a long time, and you grew up with this, obviously, with your old man and all of that. And, you know, this is a family deal for you, you know. But now that you are the team owner as opposed to just the driver, does it mean more to you winning around?
It does. You know, as a driver, you're always trying to make a name for yourself and you know, get that job security, I guess you could say. And, you know, I kind of always been a thinker as far as what are my long-term goals and how am I going to do this for a long period of time. And really, I had a great first half of my career. So I've had 2 careers here. I've had a hired driver, had some great rides with the McDonald's car with Larry Miner, Joe Gibbs, and then 2 great owners. And then I was able to transition from the ownership, which wasn't easy to say the least. It was I was either going to go broke and not get any sponsors, but luckily we had a little luck and some hard work. We were able to secure an 8-year deal with Advanced Auto Parts, and then now this is my 5th season with Snap-on. So, you know, we have had the results. You know, we've won a championship for McDonald's, Advanced, and so now we're trying to get the championship for Snap-on. So it's good. You know, I always say it beats working for a living. So hey.
If you, we've never asked this one, but because you've been the hired driver and the owner, if you were given advice to somebody who's thinking that they want to go out and build a drag race, what would the advice be?
Well, you know, it has to be in your blood. It has to be in your DNA to take on, because there's a tremendous amount. To say there's a lot of responsibilities doesn't even begin to cover it. But, you know, I would say if it's really what you want to do, you better really, really, really love it, because there's going to be so many exit strategies that, you know, I had a lot of time and a lot of thoughts about, hey, man, do I really want to do this? But, you know, I would just say perseverance, and, you know, you have to have the same passion about driving as being an owner. And I was even faced with, hey, what if the day, which is I'm really thinking about, if I want to hire a young driver, you know, and have a career beyond driving. And so that's always, as an owner, you have to have options. So I would just say, if it's, like I said, if it's in your blood and you really, really want to do it, and you have some angles, go for it.
And rob a bank, right?
Rob a bank, that's right. You know, Joe Amato once said to a bunch of kids, I forget where he was, but some kid said, hey, how do I be a Joe Amato? And he says, take a marketing class. You know, and so, you know, that's what racing's come down to. But, you know, the cool part about it is I can afford a hobby. So I could have easily bought a boat, I could have bought a Harley, but I bought a nitro funny car. So I guess I'm really hooked on this stuff. So, but like I said, I've had a great career. Looking forward to 2000. There's another short strip there.
Yeah.
There's Sarah Love. Marshall runs dragster funny car. But no, like I said, you know, I don't plan on quitting anytime soon. But you know, if I were to quit tomorrow, I can say that I had a real, again, just beyond great career. You know, met a lot of good people, and you know, I'm learning. I've learned a lot. This one, I think I'm really cool. Tuning one of these cars, I get knocked back a notch or two. So that's what's great. It's the same way with driving. You know, and I'm gonna say this about there's a lot of drivers who probably watch the show in different categories. It's amazing. No matter what you do, you have that competitiveness. Whether it's trying to cut a light, keep it in the groove, whatever, shut it off on time, be able to recover, get the car to recover to win a race. And it's the same challenge that you have with tuning a car. You have those same frustrations and the same you know, desire to race, because I feel like I'm in competition with the Matt Hagans, the Ron Capps as far as driving, but I'm also looking at Tommy Delago and Ron Tobler. We're kind of racing those guys too, so it's fun. And so I think really, like I said, people ask me, what are you going to do when you retire? When you retire, and I said, you know, I think I'm going to have a nice little fallback plan with owning and or tuning, so couldn't have it any better, man.
I'm jealous. I'm way jealous.
It's a lot of work, though, man. I was looking the other day. I used to pull out the gray hairs one at a time. Now I'm like, forget it, man. They're coming in.
I'm with you, dude.
They're coming in at a fast pace. So yeah, but
I know that as soon as we play this during the live broadcast tomorrow, that everybody's gonna go, "Where's Tony?"
Yeah.
Okay, because you know he can't do anything without people asking about you and vice versa.
Yeah.
So What's going on with Tony?
People still ask about my brother Frank, and heck, I haven't seen him in 5 years.
I know.
I feel like putting a hat on that says, "Don't ask me about Frankie."
Hey,
I don't know
wait.
where the hell he is.
Hey, wait, you do know we were at Zendejas, though. What was it? Last year?
Couple years ago.
2 years ago.
Yeah.
And he was there also.
Yeah.
But he wasn't sitting at the same table.
No,
Okay.
he was there. He likes that stuff too. But,
I know. Hey, Zendejas is good stuff.
Yeah. Southern California has the best Mexican restaurant
Ever.
Indy has the worst. I'm here right now.
Oh, dude.
Indy.
Yeah, how do you do that, dude?
Chipotle is like the cool place. It's like the.
Dude,
it's
that
like
is not Mexican
I know,
food.
but it's the best we have.
Oh.
You know, I think everybody in Indianapolis must buy from the same vendor and the same chip factory, the same sausage. It all tastes the same no matter what restaurant. And they put all. I think it ought to be illegal to put the word authentic in front of Mexican food because it's not authentic.
Right.
It's false advertising. But anyway, Tony's just doing his thing. He's doing what we've all done. Myself, John Force, through the years, many other drivers, is that you figure out, it's like you learn more and you learn more about yourself and how to really dig deep when you're in trouble. And not that Tony's in trouble, but
when you're having a harder time.
He's having a harder time, and I think he'll dig himself out of it. It's just the economy and all the things that go with the economics of racing, sponsor-wise. He's just in that position where it's hard to really get going. But the one thing I will say about Tony is he's persevered. A lesser man would have probably said, "Hey, the heck with this stuff," and so he's hanging in there. He's got a fairly competitive car. I mean, if you look at his last time from the middle to the end of the year, his car was run like 410, 409, 412, pretty much all the time. So he just got to weather the storm. And
will he be in Pomona?
He'll be in Pomona. Oh yeah,
okay, good.
Yeah, people keep asking me. Yeah, he'll be there.
Okay.
What about Frank? Yeah, what about Frank? Yeah.
Brian's gonna get beat up now.
You're better off asking somebody off the street. Yeah, I don't know, but it's all good. Hey, I tell people there's 5 in our family. If 4 of us are still talking, that's not bad.
That's
right?
a win.
No.
That's a win.
Figure we ought to get some kind of a medal for that.
Hell yeah.
So, anyway.
We appreciate it.
Okay. Yeah, hey, I always appreciate you BangShift guys, man. You guys are the best.
Well, we
keep
appreciate
that nostalgia stuff coming our way, man. That's great. I'm gonna run my nostalgia car probably.
It is we were just talking about it.
Drop dead, Gordon.
Sexiest damn cars.
Yeah. Oh, thank you, man.
Earth,
yeah.
baby. That thing gives me love, dude. Seriously.
I'm gonna change the setup a little bit. Try to get it to not burn up as much parts, and I only want to run like 560s, 570s when I slow it down, and not have to take the motor apart. I don't want much, do I? I think you can do that.
Yeah, 270 mile an hour while you're at it.
All right, man. See you, bro.
Thanks, Drew.
Okay.
Top Fuel cars in the lanes. You're making our call for funny cars very soon. You're making your way into the grandstand. On the starting line, you just heard Antron talking about him. Get a good look. Shawn Langdon is the reigning Top Fuel World Champion. You look up on the rear wing, you see that number one in the world. The Al Anabi Silver, Nation of Qatar, dominated 2013, won the Winter Nationals, won the U.S. Nationals, won the Traxxas Shootout, won the championship. And definitely has the bullseye on the back, got the red line oil on board. And spoke with Shawn yesterday. Kind of funny. I'm going to share a little story with you just for a second. Shawn was talking with the fans, and it just shows you how much room there is to grow for drag racing. Shawn was talking with a young kid and his dad, and they were talking about it. Shawn gave the kid a blower belt, and the dad's like, man, this was awesome. Didn't you, like, win something last year? And he's the top fuel world champion. It just goes to show you there are so many people. They might be a fan of the Dolphins or the Heat. D-Wade coming out, getting this experience for the first time in their lives, and may become a fan. Follow the series. Follow the tour. Check out CompetitionPlus.com. Read the stories. Listen on WFO Radio. We've got activity on the starting line. And the Don is here.
Folks, Don Schumacher here. I want to thank each and every one of you for coming out here and watching this test session for PRO. I have to thank every one of the racers that are up here racing. All of us are spending a lot of money to do this, but we're doing it for you fans, and you fans are doing it for us. So thank you very, very much for coming out.
Don Schumacher here in the tower. And we've got thunder under the tower. Calvin Belushi and Shawn Langdon. I'll be racing. Going to go side by side. First pair of the night session at the Pro Winter Warmup presented by Bennett Auto. Here they come. These guys going after it. 6:45, 7:92 for Callan, 9:24 for Shawn. Trying to walk that line. Al-Anabi guys, thank you very much. You guys really put on a show for us here in Palm Beach. Thank you very much. Attention, you folks on the left side of the track, all the folks on the left side of the track by the wall. If you are not credentialed media, credentialed photographer, we cannot have you in that area. It is a restricted area, so you have to be credentialed media, credentialed photographer to be in that area. And we're going to have to ask you to just step back, vacate that restricted area immediately. Please do that for us, folks. Thank you very much. Again, you must be credentialed media, a credentialed photographer to be in that area along the left side wall, both walls actually, here at the facility. Thank you. Our next pair, Steve Torrance and Bob Vandergriff. Waiting for the Al-Anabi cars to clear the top end. take a moment or two, use our machinery to get the cars off the top hat. Good opportunity, though. I see a lot of people still walking the pit area. This is the final session. We want you to make your way to the grandstands. A absolutely packed house here at Palm Beach International Raceway. Chassis a little bit, then drove into tire smoke. Runs 825 at 79 miles per hour. Vandergrift at 384.2, 301. A solid pass for Bob. Thanks to the guys on the C&J Energy Services team. Bob Vandergrift Racing putting on a show here at the Pro Winter Warm-Up. Thank you so much. Next up, going to be Terry McMillan, the Amalie Oil guys, going to have this massive crowd here at PBIR all to himself. Going to do a by run down the left-hand side, Gordon and Donner's scoreboard. Love these opportunities. Just listen to the one machine work. Terry and his guys, very passionate bunch every year. Just getting better and better, sneaking up on it. Had some strong performances in 2013, but really looking to break through. Saw the releases. Amalie Oil going to sponsor a monster truck in 2014 as well. One of the big personalities out there. Great guy, Terry McMillan. See Richard Hartman and the guys bring that nitro beast to life. Jumps off, little wisp of smoke out of the car just past the 1,000-foot. Saw a couple of sparks out the back, and 918, 72 miles per hour. The Amalie Oil Instigate for the final time. Big thanks to Terry and crew, the Amalie Oil guys. Thanks for putting on a show for us. Hope to see you at the 2015 Pro Winter Warm-Up. Got some guys down here, they're like, nah, man, bring him back. We want to see him again. You heard Antron. Seriously, you heard Antron say they're all going for it. They are going for it. They want to leave here having put up a number. And frankly, folks, if you look to your left and look to your right and check out the crowd in the grandstand, it's a packed house. A monster crowd. Who's going to leave here with Louis T? And to the guys and girls of the Schumacher Electric team, thank you for putting on a show. See Todd Okahara down there, Phil Schuler. Final pass of the Pro Winter Warm-Up, 379. And what a pass. Richie Crampton did not get down the racetrack as they are trying to get all of it. When we say that, there's only so much elapsed time out there, potentially, given the conditions of the track and the air. Sometimes they get most of it. Last night, Shawn Langdon told me he got all of it. Brings up our next pair. You heard the Don Schumacher, here in the tower just minutes ago, thanking all of you for your attendance. We got two DSR machines on the starting line. Tony Schumacher, left side, and Antron Brown. You heard AB here in the tower just minutes ago. Spent a little time in South Florida. I was wondering why these people were cheering, and then I see John Force. Hey, John, come here. You're going to want a TV career after you're done driving. Let's do a little color commentary. Right? That's the next logical thing. Tell me about what's happening, though. You got Tony Schumacher, you got Antron. They just fired up. You're new in the top fuel game. What's going through the driver's mind?
Well, you got two of the greatest drivers
Schumacher. 378.7, 322. What a side-by-side pass. Thanks to the DSR guys for putting on a great show. Excellent work. And the boys in the Matco team will roll out of here quickest of the DSR bunch. We got a couple of minutes. Going to drag the track. We got the 16-time champ. You are a fan. You are also a fan, obviously.
Yeah, I don't think there's anywhere for me to sit. The stands are full. Look at this crazy stuff flying around out here. Only at West Palm Beach, right? That was a fantastic race. Don Schumacher Racing, his son Tony in the Army car, and Antron Brown over there. Numbers like that's what you see at a national event. This place ought to have a national event. This is pretty awesome. You got the stars here like Ron Capps. I mean, the list just keeps going. The Geico team, just unbelievable what you can see here tonight. I got to get to work. I got a job to do. I want to thank the fans for packing the place. We worked hard here for 4 days testing, and God bless you. You make us want to come back. You know, to see all the race teams, Cruz and everybody that's out here. We want to come here when the stands are full. So God bless you.
Folks, John Force going to be walking out of the back of the tower in like 2 seconds. Make a little noise for the 16-time champ. Let him hear you, and let him know that nitro drag racing is loved in South Florida. There he goes, John Force. You know, John Force loves a packed grandstand. And he is absolutely right. You folks represented in a big, big way. There are people around the world looking at this packed house saying, why don't we have a national event in South Florida? Well, let me tell you. To the years back to Miami Hollywood Speedway, drag racing was king in South Florida. Car clubs and drag clubs, and long before they went round that 1.5 mile oval in Homestead, people were drag racing in South Florida. And the Nitro Stars are back, and May 2nd and 3rd at the Palm Beach Nationals, the IHRA Nitro Jam Drag Racing Series will be here. Phone call, Mountain Motor Pro Stop. All part of the show, May 2nd and 3rd, the Palm Beach Nationals here at PBIR.